Stretford, Paddock. This is the watch-along for Manchester United against Southampton in the Premier League. My name is Joe. I'm joined by Ronaldo. How are you doing today, mate?
Doing all right. Just trying to make sure my hair looks good.
It looks good.
I
you should have done this before this, really, shouldn't you? If you were that bothered.
No, but you can get the trusted opinions of the Paddock viewers.
Of the viewers. Yeah. Does Ronaldo's hair look good or not? Let us know in the comments and let us know about my hair as well. United have got Southampton today. They've been one of those teams where every single season there's like 4 or 5 teams where you go, oh, they've had a good start. And Southampton is one of them where people like the manager now, people like all these players, these bits. United need to beat them. Whatever it is, United need to beat them, don't they? And you wanted to talk a little bit about some of their players, the credit, the praise they've been receiving on social media.
I don't know what you're talking about. You're just talking about Twitter stuff or kind of rumours. I'm not sure what you'd mention in there, Joe.
James Ward-Prowse is someone that we want to talk about. Speaking of Twitter rumours that are unfounded, the Tier 1 podcast was out this week as well, so make sure you check that out with Ronaldo. James Ward-Prowse, I'll say it then if you don't want to say it. James Ward-Prowse has been someone who everyone's talking about like he's David Beckham. He can put the ball here, he can put the ball there. People saying that he's one of the players United need to be worried about against Southampton. Do you fear James Ward-Prowse?
His set-piece delivery is good for what that matters, but I'm not sure how great we've been this season in terms of defending set-pieces. I don't think we've been absolutely awful. But
we've certainly been worse in the past.
We've been worse in the past. It's been something that we've kind of often had a problem with in the recent seasons. Not so much this, but it's still always a danger. And obviously, that's where he's got his forte. So we can't give cheap fouls away in the final third because it can make us pay. So that's something definitely to worry about. But obviously, they've started well, but I do think they've hovered under the radar a little bit.
Yeah,
a little bit.
What, like Everton's get a bit more of the praise, don't they, and other teams.
I think it's one of them where obviously people do often say that you start to look at the league table around November.
Yeah.
So it is valid to look at it now. So 5th, they probably earned it, but there's still that kind of undertone of people probably not taking them serious. But it's definitely someone that we've got to look at properly and think. This is a game where I think United fans are aware that it's not going to be an easy game. Away at Southampton, St Mary's, it's never an easy game. So it's going to be a tough one. It's going to be a tense watch, but it's 3 points that we need because we need to start picking up the pace now. We've got obviously you've got the dodgy start, you've got the lack of pre-season excuses out of the way.
Do you think, are we done with them now? Are we done with those excuses? I'm giving him a few more weeks of that. If we lose today, I'm going to go, oh, you got to remember pre-season was cut short.
Nah.
I'll give him that excuse all season. James Ward-Prowse, who is top of the Sky Sports Power Rankings, whatever that means. What does that mean to you?
What does that even mean?
Sky Sports Power Rankings. He's got 10,000
You know what this is?
I don't know what that means.
It's just another, it's the typical, it's Americanization, isn't it? Is that a word?
Yeah.
Is that a word?
Yeah.
But power rankings. When's it with power rankings?
I don't know what power rankings are.
Power rankings are like...
But James Ward-Prowse is at the top of it. And he's above Bruno Fernandes, so that's how good James Ward-Prowse is.
Right, so you don't want to know what a power ranking is, Joe?
Well, do you know what it is?
It's used in the American sports. That's why I say it's Americanization.
Right, go on then.
It's like NFL, NBA. They use a plethora of different metrics to kind of work out what makes teams number one, and they put it in power rankings, depending on loads of different variables. So they're basically saying that James Ward-Prowse is probably at this moment in time the top of the power rankings out of every player in the Premier League.
The most important player for his team in the league.
Possibly. Like his weighting towards victory for them is probably more than less. Stuff like that. It's quite complex how they work it out, but I'm quite interested to find out how they actually work it out.
Well, I mean, again though, we know James Ward-Prowse. He's not some 20-year-old just coming through, bursting on the scene. We kind of have an understanding of what James Ward-Prowse is. He's been at Southampton for a while. He's known for his dead balls. He's known for those sorts of things. But, their main man, Danny Ings, he's out. He's injured. Yeah. We're looking at probably Shea Adams leading the line for Southampton. Do you think maybe, the threat of Southampton, I know you've already sort of mentioned that it's not going to be an easy game, but do you think that some of this threat of Southampton is being overblown a little bit? Like, this isn't some team that's full of world-class players top to bottom. They've got a few key players in different positions. But generally speaking, surely United can be beating Tottenham today.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Why do you think everyone's so worried?
Did you say Tottenham?
Did I say Tottenham?
You said Tottenham. Southampton, obviously, big game later, nothing to do with us though. But as you said, at the end of the day, we're favourites and we should beat them. But football doesn't obviously work that way. They've obviously been in better form than us. It's a difficult place to go. But as you've said, if you look at their team properly, you're not looking at it thinking, he scares me. So we've got more attacking ability, we've got more ability than they do, man for man, and that should matter. So what it will show me today is if we don't win, it's because each player hasn't basically put their best foot forward and win. Because all they said is 11v11, it's 11v11 game. If you win your 1v1 battle, you win the game.
Yeah, and I think we should be capable of that. Coming up on the watch-along today, then we're going to have myself, we're going to have Andy Tate, and we're going to have Stephen Howson, all on the watch-along. So, of course, make sure you check that out and stay tuned for that. The kick-off is at 2 p.m. Slightly strange kick-off. Some of the results we saw yesterday, we saw Liverpool draw, we saw City batter Burnley, forget about that bit. But I think United, if we win our 2 games in hand on Liverpool, we'll be 1 point behind them. They're currently on 21 points, we're on 13, so obviously, or 2 points behind, I'm sorry, so we'll go to 19 if we win those 2 games in hand. United's start to the season, we heard about worst home form since 72, 73 when they got relegated, worst this, worst that. If we win these 2 games in hand, whenever they arrive, I suppose one of them will be this afternoon, do you think that the start of the season we've had has been a little bit overblown in terms of everyone acting like Solskjaer's got to go, this team's pathetic, worst start since whenever? If we win on both of our games in hand, we're 2 points behind Liverpool.
But it's if though. That's the problem. I don't like dealing with if buts and maybes, because what has United shown us in the past few years to be confident we'll definitely get them 2 victories.
That's true. That's a good point. It's a good point.
It's like right now we're at a point as fans where we know we've got to just take every single game as it comes. We can't think ahead. We can't do the theoreticals. We've got to be like, yeah, just win this game and win the next one. And that's basically how we've got to do it, because when we start thinking ahead, that's why we get disappointed. Thinking 2 wins and a bounce behind Liverpool. They're meant to be the best team in Europe, supposedly. Yeah. And then what happens is we get excited and then we drop points.
We drop points in both and
then roll upset again.
Yeah, that is an issue in it for sure. And it's almost annoying that United have been, that we are 2 games behind everyone else, or 1 game after today. But yeah, you think those sort of theoretical, like, we've got these 2 games in hand. If we win them, we'll be here. But like you said, you're not completely certain that we're actually going to win those. There's a lot of chat in the comments about Van der Beek and him having to start. He was very good against Istanbul in the week. Thought he controlled the game well, and I thought it wasn't Fred's best game, to be honest, but Van der Beek sort of dragged him through, and the rest of the attack dragged certain players through the game. Are you expecting to see him start today? Obviously, it was only, I think maybe his first start in the Champions League, or maybe his second start in the Champions League the other night, but he hasn't started in the Premier League yet, I don't think. Do you think we're going to see Van der Beek starting 2 games in a week, basically?
It's tough to say, because if we're going off what we've seen this season, it's very unlikely that he does. It just seems like there must be something about Van der Beek, whichever way you want to put it. Bake.
I don't mind either way. People tell you off when you say beak. They're like, it's bake.
Van der Beek. Right, sorry, I'm not Dutch, but anyway, it's one of those where he might not translate like to what Solskjaer wants to do when it comes to the Premier League, because obviously it's a bit quicker paced, and sometimes it needs a bit more physicality. And when I watch Van der Beek, he's very good on the ball, he's very tidy, but sometimes you don't know whether, I've not seen it where he might be that complete box to box. He looks to me like he needs to play where Bruno Fernandes is playing, and I think I've said it last time, that might be the biggest issue. All it is with Van der Beek is his position is Bruno Fernandes' position, and he's not going to play over him, and that's probably why he doesn't play. I think that might be what it is.
Do you think in the Champions League then, obviously he did play a bit deeper. You say that, like, no offence to Istanbul Başakşehir, but Southampton are a better team than them.
They're a better team, and they offer more danger because, don't get me wrong, we played well, but they did get in for us early in the game, throughout the game, and they had their moments more than enough. I didn't think we looked completely solid defensively in the middle or at the back. It's just that they obviously lacked a little bit of quality that other teams might have in terms of Southampton. I don't know whether that's to do with the fact that Van der Beek's obviously a great player, he's technical, but he might not be completely defensively disciplined. If you've got a midfield of Fred, Van der Beek and Bruno Fernandes, you've got 2 players that are predominantly better going that way. And then you've got Fred that obviously runs, you wouldn't say he's got the CDM kind of brain power, like covering areas. He's more just of an energizer in terms of he runs and gets about, but sometimes he gets dragged out of position. So I don't know. There's a lot of things to think about.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of things to think about, and I do just think that simply based on the fact that he started the other day, I don't think he'll start again. I just think we'll offer a bit of rotation. Although Matic came on, I thought, against Istanbul,
he was awful,
and looked terrible.
Nah,
so, like, who are they going to play instead of him? Maybe McTominay will come back in. He's had a week off after a pretty heavy run of games with Scotland and with United before that. So we might see McTominay and Bruno. One thing that is almost for certain, as we'll go over to the team news in a little bit, but one thing that is almost for certain is no matter who is on that starting lineup, if you see the likes of McTominay, if you see the likes of Mata or Dan James, or there are these certain players that you know, if they're in that starting lineup, there's going to be hell to pay on Twitter, on social media, in the comments. People, it's almost like there's only one team that United fans are happy with. It has to have Van der Beek, it has to have Bruno, Rashford, Martial, Greenwood.
Van der Beek was quality, and I know a lot of people have said when he's Ajax days he did play deeper, and he did play CDM, and he played all these positions. But I believe if that was the case, surely Solskjaer would have managed to ingrain him into the team with Bruno. It almost comes across like, when we signed him anyway, people did state he's probably not going to start. People wanted to see a midfield trio of Bruno, Van der Beek and Pogba.
Yeah. But that ain't happening.
But you just know realistically that's not going to happen.
No.
I know a lot of people have said he played this for Ajax, he played that position for Ajax, he can probably play deeper role. He obviously showed that he can in the Champions League, but I don't know whether, from what Solskjaer has seen, he thinks that he doesn't have the kind of defensive discipline to be in a midfield three with Bruno. And then obviously, I don't know, maybe just he believes that our back four needs more protection. Because obviously, you've seen the way that City, in the past couple of years, they managed to put De Bruyne and Silva in the same midfield three. So you think, why can't we? But it's because they had fucking Fernandinho in CDM.
Yeah, we don't have Fernandinho, do we? We've got Fred, who is the most like that of the people who play every week, but he isn't defensively as good as Fernandinho. He doesn't have the position of Fernandinho. He doesn't have that, and again, it's this overblown almost, not stereotype, but people rely on that thing of, we used to do the tactical fouls thing. We all know that now, but he doesn't quite have that, I don't think. Maybe it's not just intelligence, but experience, I think. Where Fernandinho, when he was at his best, the best he ever was for Manchester City, I think, was those 2 years where they got about 100 points each year. And he was like 31 and 32 those years. Yeah. Like, he was great. He was good for other managers. He had been great. He'd already won leagues there. But when he really stood out as, potentially the best defensive midfielder in the league was when he was playing that role by himself under Guardiola. And what is he, 34 now? It's only a couple of years ago. So Fred's still only 26, 27.
Exactly. So if Fred can get to that, if Fred gets to that level,
some of it he just
which he possibly can, because he's got the tools, but until he gets to that level, which he probably can, as you've just said, then it opens United up to be able to play the likes of Van der Beek and Pogba and Bruno all in the same midfield without having to worry about us being paced open too much. That's the problem.
Let's have a little look at the table here on the screen then. United at the minute, sitting in 13th, but what it doesn't show there is that we played 8 games and some of the teams above us have played 10 games now. It doesn't make for pretty reading at the minute. Obviously, we beat Southampton, we'll be 1 point behind them, assuming that happens. But there's still the likes of Villa, there's still the likes of West Ham, there's still the likes of Leeds, although maybe Leeds will stick around that 11th spot, but there are certain teams there that you can be pretty certain we will finish ahead of. When you look at the start of this season, are you worried? Are you concerned? It's been a strange one where I think since the Tottenham game, our form has actually been pretty good, but we still can't. Like the West Brom game felt almost like a draw or a loss. We won that game, like that was 3 points in the bag, but you didn't leave that game thinking, you know what a game, we've done it, lads. So do you think almost the performance is going to be more important? Or not more important, because it never is, but as important as the result today. We need not just to win, but to look good.
We said that, Adam literally said that to me the last game. He was like, against West Brom, you go into the game thinking just winning's not enough. You want to see a performance that you're also happy with and fills you with confidence going forward against a team that you should beat. But that obviously didn't happen. We got the win, but it weren't convincing, so then it almost still felt like, obviously, we won the game, but it didn't feel satisfying. So, I guess, but at the end of the day, 3 points is 3 points, and I'd rather play shit, win the game, than play really well and lose it.
Yeah, definitely. And Man City is another team that, we were ahead of them at the start of the weekend. They won quite convincingly yesterday. If they're going to start a little run of good games, if they're going to start a little run of form, that's another team we need to sort of go, in theory, they should be better than us, but they've not been good at all this season. Pretty terrible, really. So certainly, I think it's one of Guardiola's worst ever starts to a league campaign, maybe his worst.
Yeah.
So there's certain teams on there we think, obviously, Wolves and Newcastle and Villa, you assume they're going to drop down a little bit, or at least we're going to be able to overtake them. But certain teams where Man City are giving us a good start here this season, Arsenal are doing the same thing where they're probably going to be better at the end than they are now. And United really need to capitalise on that. I think it's a massive game today, this game. I really think it's massive.
It is a big game. I feel like most of them are. It seems like they carry such importance because this is.
They do, because we start back.
We can get set back.
Yeah.
It's basically, we don't get a victory today, it just sets us back and it's all doom and gloom. And if we get the victory, we're well on our way, believe it or not. Can get, obviously, then the trebles on.
Exactly. Right, get your score predictions in the comments. Let us know what you think the result is going to be today. Ronaldo, I know we don't have the team news yet, and it could maybe change a little bit. Give me a score prediction. What are you thinking for this game?
I'm going conventional prediction, 2-1 United.
2-1. Classic prediction, isn't it?
We'll get more conventional than that.
So you're thinking it's going to be tricky?
I think it will be. I think it's going to be a tense one.
Yeah, I think it's
going to be squeaky bum.
I reckon I'm going to go 2-1 as well. I think it's going to be. I don't think it's going to be the one of those really tense games. I think United will look the better team. Hopefully, we'll get an early goal, and maybe they'll come back into it toward the end when they sort of go, oh, actually, we need to get a goal here. A lot of predictions coming in the comments: 2-2, 2-1, 3-1, 4-0, 6-1. Everyone seemingly, other than the odd draw, should I say, predicting United wins, which is pretty good. There or thereabouts by Christmas. Or the old Fergie line. You're the young Sir Alex Ferguson. Would you agree with that?
That's exactly what I was going for. Squeaky.
6-3 Southampton. We don't want that, do we? We don't want them scoring 6 against us. People saying that Southampton won't score without Ings. That is going to be a problem for them, isn't it? And Shea Adams has done well to fill the gap.
But
he's
not Danny Ings.
He's not Danny Ings.
No, it's not Danny Ings.
Hopefully, the likes of Lindelof and Harry Maguire will be able to handle that particularly well.
I'm so intrigued to see what the starting lineup is.
It's going to be exciting, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to definitely be exciting. But before we get to United's starting 11, let's have a little look with Stephen Howson at Southampton's side and see how they're going to be setting up against Man United, what the main threats of Southampton will be. Over to Steve.
Right then, the match is nearly here. We'll be getting the team news very soon. But before we get the team news, let's have a little bit of a chat about what we're facing today. Ralph Hasenhüttl. When he came from RB Leipzig, he came with a formation I really like, which is a 4-2-2. It's a two-striker system. He used it with Werner and Poulsen very effectively at RB Leipzig. He's brought it to Southampton, and after a little bit of teething problems, including losing 9-0, which was not a good day at the office, he's really finding a little bit of success. Southampton probably riding high on the back of the fact that they're able to get the likes of all of their first-team players into this season swimmingly. No pre-season issues, no extended European issues that a lot of the bigger teams suffered with, and they're good value for where they are in the league so far this season. But they're not infallible, and they have lost games, and they have conceded a fair amount of goals, as well as actually putting in some really decent performances as well. So, starting 11-wise, you're going to be looking at McCarthy in net. You've got Kyle Walker-Peters at right back, and you've got Ryan Bertrand at left back. The fullbacks play a big role in Hasenhüttl's system because he does like to keep it a little bit on the narrow side. Bednarek and Vestergaard at centre-half. They'll be pretty much ever present, so they're definitely going to play, and there's also a weakness in them that we can exploit, but I'll get to that a little bit later on. Romeu is going to be alongside Ward-Prowse. Those two have played all 9 games together. Armstrong's going to be on the right with Netpro on the left. Danny Ings is having knee surgery, so while he recovers from that, Theo Walcott has taken his place up front, and he'll be alongside a pretty in-form Che Adams. Now, Hasenhüttl never rotates his side, so it is pretty easy for us to predict, but it will be a dangerous side that we're coming up against nonetheless. The star player for them is James Ward-Prowse. James Ward-Prowse has transformed himself a little bit this season. Danny Ings has been out injured. Obviously, he was pushing for Golden Boot last year. He's done well so far this year. but it's Ward-Prowse that's taken over him. And obviously he's part of a very energetic midfield alongside Romeu. He is the one that's usually a little bit more advanced. He's given a little bit more license to roam. When he pushes up, you'll expect Walker-Peters to drop in and just cover that area, because otherwise it's just Romeu on his own, and that can lead them to getting caught out a few times. He's been directly involved in 4 goals for them in the last 4 Premier League games. He's got 3 goals, he's got 1 assist, which is more than the previous 28 games when he only had 1 goal and 2 assists. He's also created 12 chances for them this season, maintained an 86% passing accuracy while completing 562 passes, all 3 of which he's recorded more than any other Southampton player. He's a serious threat from dead ball situations. 32% of all his Premier League goals have come from free kicks, which is pretty impressive. If Southampton are going to create chances for, let's be honest, it's going to be Che Adams and Walcott to an extent, Ward-Prowse is going to be at the middle of it. Now, how do United exploit this Southampton team? Well, 2 things really. Quick transitions, and part of the reason quick transitions is the spacing behind the defence. When you win the ball, fast, direct football. I think I spoke last week about, we've been watching some old United clips in the office, 2008, 2009, 2010, and it's amazing the amount of times that you see United win the ball, give it to Carrick. Carrick's immediate thought is a forward pass, 20, 30 forward yards on the floor for someone's feet. Someone else will lay it off to someone, and United get a shot off. It's so fast. It's deadly. This United team haven't been doing that until Donny van der Beek really started to get his teeth into it on Tuesday. Forward passing. If you do this against this Southampton team, you'll absolutely kill them. If you do this against this Southampton team, you can get in behind them. Now, if you cast your mind back to when Spurs stuck 6 past us, yep, well, they also stuck 5 past Southampton recently too. And one of the reasons why Spurs did that, why Southampton conceded, and why Manchester United conceded, is that Spurs have got pace on the break, especially with Son. He breaks, he's rapid, he's hard to keep up with. The reason why United struggled is because Harry Maguire, when he moves up to the halfway line, is a little bit of a weakness. If you target Harry Maguire, you can turn him and you can beat him for pace. Same thing goes for Vestergaard at centre-half for Southampton. Not the quickest, and Bednarak also not the quickest. This Southampton team, because it likes to have a high line, because it likes to have that whole back 4 get involved in the build-up play when trying to break a team down, I think if you can allow that line to come up the pitch a little bit, you can break in with a little bit of pace in behind. And Manchester United have got pace for days. So quick transitions, get the ball, move it forward with pace. They will have a high line. There will be space for you to play it into. Now, because they push up so high, if there's only a couple of them in midfield, you've got to watch their own through balls, because 2 striker systems, obviously with 2 wingers, that's a lot of work for us to deal with in our back line. But if you can make them make a mistake, have a quick transition, and put that ball into the final third, you can do it. If we have someone who's a bit more of a defensive screen, my prediction I'm going with, or not prediction, my desire, I want to see Matic alongside Van der Beek for this reason. If United can make it a 4v4, leave Bruno forward, even though I think they're going to try and stick Romeo on him like glue. Leave Bruno forward, leave Cavani forward, leave Rashford and Marshall forward, and you leave Van der Beek and Matic just the job of trying to put the ball into them. 4v4, United are going to beat them for pace. They're just gonna. The spacing behind, the other weakness that they've got, this obviously links in. Against Spurs, Southampton would get pressured off the ball in midfield by Kane. He'd win the ball, send through balls either over the top or on the ground for Son to run onto, and Son does what Son does. I think Son's fantastic, but he'd do what he does. Southampton were exploited in this sense a little bit by Chelsea at Stamford Bridge. They couldn't handle Timo Werner's pace. He got a couple of goals in the first half like that. Could Cavani do that role? I think he could. I think Bruno could potentially do that role as well. Getting in behind in midfield and just making havoc. And look, Bednarek and Vestergaard, they are not quick. If they move up to the halfway line, even if they're only 10 yards off the halfway line, United can spin it in behind. I'd like to see an almost unchanged side from the one that played on Tuesday. We will get the team news in a second, but I would like it to be an almost unchanged side. Here's what I'm hoping to see. David De Gea in net. Tellez, because I want to see the guy get forward and continue crossing with the sort of accuracy that we saw on Tuesday, or sort of danger that we saw on Tuesday. I think it'd be Lindelof and Maguire, although I wouldn't be upset if we saw Axel, because I think Axel's pace could be pretty useful against Walcott. Aaron Wan-Bissaka at right back, obviously, and I didn't mind the job that he did, to be honest with you, on Tuesday night. Thought it was quite impressive, in terms of defence at least. Van der Beek alongside Matic being the screen, but I think they've both got very good positioning, and I think those two together would offer a lot of protection against what's going to be a dangerous opposition with Ward Pros especially. But Van der Beek also being so good on the ball, being someone that can restart transitions for us, someone that can restart attacks for us. I would like to see him on the ball there. Bruno to be just turn up and be Bruno. Rashford on the right-hand side, didn't think he had a great game on Tuesday, but I did enjoy watching him hold his width, and I think him holding his width created a lot of problems for Istanbul. Marshall on the left and Cavani up front. That's what I want to see. Let us know what you think about that in the comments. Team news is coming like now, so let's go check it out. Righty then, it's almost time for the team news. Ronaldo off camera there was just telling me that there might have been a little bit of a leak of the team. Same midfield, but Cavani on the bench. Now, there was a leaked team the other week.
It was wrong.
And it was wrong. So we will wait for, how long are we looking at now?
Next 5 minutes.
Yeah,
or so.
3 minutes maybe. And we'll get the actual confirmed team news. Obviously, I've just been waffling on there about my expected opposition, what I think we're going to be looking out for, how we can exploit them. I think their slow defence is definitely one spot for us. And I had a couple of people in the comments on my preview talking about, why are we worried about what Southampton do? Well, for starters, they're fifth in the table.
They've not lost in the last 7,
right?
is it?
If you just blindly walk into every game going, we're Man United, we do what we want, you're going to lose. Yep. And so often we've been arrogant like that, and it's come unstuck. I think nowadays, the game is so tactical that you have to pay attention to what your opposition are doing. And that's not necessarily like try and mitigate every single thing they do. It's just being aware of what they do. And one of the reasons people had an issue was because I wanted 2 defensive midfielders. But Van der Beek he's not on there as a defensive midfielder. He's on there for his attacking prowess. But where he stands, what his average position is on the pitch, is very useful when you come up against the midfield, what you're going to get with Romeo and Ward-Prowse.
Yeah, and not just that. I think that one of the Southampton's big things, and one everyone's going on about, is that they like to press. They like to do very similar to Jurgen Klopp style teams. They want to get at you. They don't give you too much time on the ball. And if you have Fred in there, which I think Fred has, and this is not, you can't say Fred's been bad. Fred has been fantastic in the last.
But he has a weakness, doesn't he?
But he has a weakness, and that is if you press him on the 6 yard, just outside the box, he gives the ball away a lot. And that's something we can't do today. Now, I wouldn't be surprised to see Fred in there alongside Matic today, but I think you need Matic, who's got the confidence. I think you maybe need Van der Beek, who's got the confidence in there as well.
I went with Matic and Van der Beek. That was my predicted too.
I think that taking the ball off the back four is going to be massive today. Someone like that to do it. I wouldn't be surprised if they went to maybe the diamond today and put Van der Beek, Fred and Matic in there, because like you said, they are a good team, Southampton. They can score goals. They are missing Danny Ings, so that's not as bad. But I wouldn't be surprised to see Matic in there.
Fire though.
Yeah.
Chetham's is on fire, and Walcott looks like he remembered what to do.
He's still, I saw a clip of him. He's still, when he's got loads of time, is the worst footballer ever. I don't know what happens to him. When he's got time,
he's pure
he's dreadful.
And vibes.
But when he's got instinct and just has to hit the shot. I think he scored against United once. I think it might have been in the 8-2 actually, where he just like nicked it past someone and smashed it top bins. You go, he's dead good, but then you give him a bit of time. He is.
How did he go at that 2006 World Cup?
It was Sven thinking this could go all.
Jermaine Defoe in the morning stands there making his Cheerios in the morning and still launches them at the wall once a week, thinking about that. Just like, what the...
They all fucking Walcott. Dreadful.
Still waiting on the team news. What time?
It is 1 minute too, so it's going to be any second now.
So we'll have it in a second.
I'll keep checking Twitter.
Get in the comments. Let us know your score predictions. Let us know who you think your key player is going to be. The little app that I was using this weekend correctly predicted a couple of the results. Man City to smash Burnley, which they did.
That's the fourth. Is that the fourth time in a row they've beaten 5-0 at home?
Bad, that, innit? That's what you call having someone.
That's getting to the point. Just going. Yeah, 5. We'll just give you 5-0. Tell you what, Burnley might just say, tell you what, let's not travel. I'll give you 4-0. How about that? You can have a week off. We'll give you 4.
Yeah.
Saves us a goal difference. Still no team.
Can you refresh the comments for us, please? We've got the team coming up. Let's have a gander. Sure. Here we go. We got 1-0 United, 2-1 United. Bruno, 3-0 United. We got the team, Cam?
No, it's still not in yet.
They're
lying to us.
United win. Here's what I think. I'm going to wait for the team news, but I'm feeling like a 2-1. Right, we got the tweets there now.
I'm feeling quietly confident in this game. I don't know why. Is that this could be a very tough game for us, but I think this could be the game when we start playing some really, really good football and kick on from the last few weeks.
You'll get it. Right then, here is the team. It might be a diamond. Let's have a look. So we have got Matic, Van der Beek, Bruno and Fred. Forward-wise, we've got Greenwood, we've got Rashford. It's a diamond.
I can hear something in the distance. I believe that is Adam McCall losing his shit because Martial isn't in the squad today.
Bonus. Right, so it's De Gea, Lindelof, Maguire, Alex Telles and Wan-Bissaka. That's your back four. Yep. I imagine Matic sits in the number 6. Interesting to see. It might be a 4-2-2. Yep. Have we matched them 4-2-2?
I wouldn't be surprised.
That'd be very interesting.
It'd be interesting, and I don't think it's the worst thing as well. I think we've got, because if we do that, I think we've got more quality. Now, the only issue with it is we haven't played that system that often.
No. And we have looked bad once when we played it.
Yeah.
But yeah, Greenwood and Rashford filling it out. So that's a midfield of Matic, Van der Beek, Fred and Bruno. I think that's a diamond. It could also be a square.
Yeah.
I don't think it's any other kind of...
No, I don't
think
it's...
Is it a trapezium maybe? But yeah, I think... And then Rashford and Greenwood up front. Now, what I think we've gone for there is pace over the top. This is how you get in behind that team. Let's have a look at the bench there quickly. Henderson, Fosu Mensah, Tuanzebe, Williams, James, Mata and Cavani.
Not the strongest of benches, is it?
It's not bad though.
It's not bad, but it's...
Right, well, who's your options off the bench there? Mata, Tuanzebe, Cavani. That's who's coming off, really.
I don't think this is a game for Juan Mata. I don't think it was ever going to be a game for Juan Mata today. Look at the comments, please. So I think it's a good team. A lot of people saying, "Where's Martial? Where's Martial?" I think he's injured. He must be injured for this to be the case. He didn't look. Did he play in the week? Yeah, he played in the week. Played 90 minutes. There's some
of the comments saying he's injured.
So it looks like Martial's injured, which is a shame because he's not had the best start of the season. But you can't argue that there's a quality in there, and this is the kind of game that I think would suit him. A lot of spacing behind, not in form.
Gutted that Cavani's not started.
I am a bit, but I understand it. My thought behind this, like I said there, I wouldn't be surprised if we went for the diamond because I think there is something in it. I like how Fred's been playing. I think he offers a lot defensively, and I think against a good team...
I would have rested him, not dropped him, but definitely rested him because the guy puts in 150% every week.
The worry is now, and I mentioned there about the bench, is that we've been very good at the minute in rotating for the Champions League and for this. You now go, without McTominay and without Pogba, you've now started... your 4 midfielders, essentially, Bruno, Van der Beek, Matic and Fred. 2 of them have to play against Paris. Which
is why your subs are going to be important.
Which is why your subs are going to be important. It's why, hopefully, we can get a few goals.
People saying, Cavani's 33 years old and he played a full 90 on Tuesday. For starters, that was Tuesday, today's Sunday. That's nearly a week ago, right? And he's 33, but have you seen him?
He's a machine.
The guy's an animal. Like this isn't a 33-year-old what Brian Robson was. This is, I think he's very fit.
Yeah, and not just that. You look at even like the players like Zlatan when he comes in. If you said him at 33, he was still fit as a fiddle. Could still play 90 minutes.
What was that, 7 years ago?
7, exactly.
How old is Zlatan at the minute? He's got 38 in it.
It's something like that. It's when. Tell you what I was watching.
Leading scorer in Serie A.
He's not bad, is he? Because when I was watching
a joke.
Giggs talk about the 2008 Champions League final. He went, I was 35 at the time. I went, 35? You play... Fucking, he went play for another 5 years after that. So there are players that manage to do it. It's madness how at 35, they still got a lot in the tank. And I think Cavani is similar to that.
Giggs didn't offer that much. Folks, interruption from the back of the room there. Zlatan's 39.
Bloody madness.
Look at his face.
Who's
going to come on in midfield? Personally, I go Mata for Bruno on the hour if we're comfortable.
Hopefully, yeah. Hopefully that's the case, and maybe
if you got Timbo, you can throw in.
Yeah, if you can get a lead, so you can take off Matic and give him a bit of a break before before the game in the week, that would be ideal. But
unless that proves, if Matic plays the night, he ain't playing against Paris, and I think that might be an error.
That might be an error, yeah, because. Well, the thing is, I don't want to.
So that's the lineup confirmed. Lineup is there now on the screen, as we can see. De Gea in Wan-Bissaka, Telles, Maguire, and Lindelof. We've got Fred. We've got
2 Freds in that,
two
that
Freds.
11. So it's actually Matic.
Can we get that fixed, please?
Yeah, it's actually Matic in the 6 there, not Fred. And
Confused me then for a second.
And then Fred on the right there, Van der Beek, Bruno, and then Rashford and Greenwood up front. Good. I'm glad to see Mason starting. I think he could do a madness, couldn't he? He could do, and I think that when he came on in the week, you could see him. He was. I mean, he shoots a lot anyway. Good Mason. He fancies his chances, and so he should because he's pretty good. But he was forcing it a little bit of the week, and I think that giving him 90 minutes,
I got no issue with that though.
Hopefully, kind of settles it down a little bit.
I know Cavani had an issue with that, but I think once Cavani comes off, calms down, he goes, So it's a teenage lad. He's had a lot of shit in the press. Everybody knows. Yeah. If he scores, it literally draws a line under it for a lot of people, even though it shouldn't. Yeah. It should be on performance, but sometimes a goal, that's enough for people. Yeah. So I completely understand Greenwood coming on
I can, and hopefully I think over 90 minutes, he can't, but he sort of calms it down a little bit more decision making. I think that 20 minutes was we're 3-1 up here, we're 3-0 up here, anyone can score, I'm going to go for it. Whereas in this game, he'll take it a bit more seriously. He'll make more right decisions today. I fancy him scores today, Mason.
Yeah, it's probably not a bad shout. No. Redhead says you want Cavani to want goals for himself, though. Of course you do, and I'm sure he does. And that's probably why on the pitch he was losing his rag. Yeah. But I reckon once he comes off the pitch, he probably goes, on the balance of things, teenage lad. Yeah. I mean, Cavani's got 300 goals or something to his name. He's fine, there we go. There's the proper team with Matic in the correct position. Yeah. I think it could look like that, to be honest. Maybe Fred and Van der Beek the other way around. But
and like you said, maybe 4-2-2, maybe Bruno just further to the right or to the left, in that
he'll go to the right. Van der Beek possibly go to the left. As long as Fred doesn't shoot, we're all good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fred's one of the best midfielders if you don't let him shoot. But when you let him shoot, you want to headbutt walls.
And because he scored 1 free kick for Shakhtar a million years ago, everyone's still waiting. He can't shoot. He can't. No, he can't. It's a poor lad. He can't shoot. Let him do what he's good at. I think what's important as well today is that because it looks like the diamond, because your wingers aren't going to track. You've not got Rashford tracking back at all as much.
No, but Van der Beek's defensive work's good. Fred's defensive work's good.
You're going to need them to help him up because otherwise it's the old school Southampton can do the old school overlaps where their right midfielder and right back can sort of combine.
And their fullbacks do get forward as well.
You don't want them singling out Telles or Wan-Bissaka. Wan-Bissaka, very good defensively, I think can handle most situations, but if you don't want to let him double up, so it's important whether it's going to be Fred or Matic are the ones that go over to help him out, or whether it's Bruno and Van der Beek, like we mentioned, it might be a bit wider. Have to do a bit of work going back today.
Let me pull Southampton's team out, just because I'm curious, because Hasenhüttl really doesn't rotate, and it's quite easy to predict their 11. So I'm gonna see what we actually have in terms of their lineup.
I've got it here. So
Makatia, Bednarek and Vestergaard, Bertrand and Walker-Peters. That was exactly as we thought. Armstrong, Dnepro, Ward-Prowse and Romeu, Walcott, Che-Adams, literally what we thought it was going to be. It will be a 4-4-2. It will be a narrow 4-4-2. They don't really play wingers. Armstrong, Dnepro, they sort of... It's almost like a 4-2-2 themselves a little bit. So what I wanted Matic in the team for was to sit just off a little bit and deal with Che-Adams as he comes in and tries to filter in with play a little bit. Because if you go with Walcott and Adams up against Maguire and Lindelof, all you got to do is win a 1v1. So that's why Matic drops in and he deals with that a little bit. And I think the Diamonds probably are really good.
I like really it. Like you said, I'd like to have seen Cavani. I think he showed some good stuff, and I think that we do miss an out ball a lot of times with this team. I think that Martial doesn't do it as well, holding it up in terms of anything in the air. It has to be into Martial's feet. And then the same with Mason and Rashford. That's not what they're in the team to do. That's not what they want to do. Whereas Cavani brings us that. But I completely understand what he's gone for. I like what he's done today.
Does this give a nod to maybe Cavani getting a start against Paris?
I think it'd be clever to do that because I think Ollie's done, for as much as it hasn't been the best start of the season, I think he's rotated the squad pretty well in terms of managing the Champions League and
if
Premier League.
People have pulled their hair out with the lack of Van de Beek that we've seen. But if he manages him into the team, and I saw this is a comment the other day, well, what's to say that he has managed him well? Well, the game that he started prior to this week, he caked in after about 60 minutes. So maybe he did need a little bit more managing. If Ollie's managed him into the team now and he goes on and plays like 80%, starts 80% of matches for United now on, that's an incredible transition into the team. He did the same with Greenwood. Greenwood was put in, taken out, put in, taken out, put in, taken out. And he was put in and taken out so much that he still ended up with like 20 goals. Yeah. Unbelievable.
And I think this is the other thing is that I think Ollie realises that this team might quite not be good enough to win a title. I don't think it's up that level, but it is a very good
controversial opinion.
But it does look like it's a very good cup team, and it's shown that last year, knocking out some good teams, playing some good football. Yes, we got to 3 semi-finals and lost them. That's not great, but I think Ollie thinks that, do you know what, if I can push all the cup competitions this year, I fancy us in one of them, and I think he fancies us in the Champions League as well. I think he's managed that quite well so far this season. I think that one thing he doesn't want to do is what a lot of teams have done when they've competed for the Premier League, which is sack off all the cup competitions. Liverpool did it last year. You need trophies. And for as much as I think Ollie's in the back of his mind going, I'd love to compete for a title, I think that if he can get a top 4 spot, I think that's achievable. And he can get...
Well, if he got to the semi-finals of a Champions League, that's probably overachieving for what this United team currently level is. If you get to a semi-final, this team does have the ability to beat whoever we come up against, potentially.
Well,
we've had a finalist and semi-finalist already in our group and dispatched them. So I think that we could easily find ourselves in a final, and then in the final, you're talking lady luck, you're talking who's in form, and we've seen teams that aren't the best in Europe win finals before. You don't really see people fluking leagues, but you do see people fluking cups.
Yeah, and I think that's where Ollie kind of sits it with he can't just throw his eggs in, let's finish second in the league, because if he does that, then people are going to turn his back on him anyway. You look at how we finished second under Jose, and the bitter taste that was after that.
Apparently, Garlic Sauce says Sir Alex would win a title with this squad, would he? Okay. Well, it took him a couple of years to win one with Rooney and Ronaldo in the middle of it, so...
Okay. I mean, maybe the football would have been... Maybe he could have done something, but it's not... He still needed world-class players in every single squad that he won the league with.
Yeah, from 03 to 07... Like, he still had Rio Ferdinand, Wayne Rooney, Cristiano Ronaldo, Paul Scholes, Ryan Giggs. You've heard of these fellas? Pretty good. And it still took him bringing in the likes of Michael Carrick to actually finally make this team tick to eventually go on and win a title. So don't tell me that Sir Alex Ferguson definitely would have won a title with this.
No.
He probably would have done better than Ollie. But better than Ollie might mean another win, maybe 1 or 2 less draws. Not talking like Sir Alex Ferguson coming in means we get 30 points more. Because it doesn't.
I don't think it doesn't as well. And this is the whole thing about the Premier League in general. I think that what people underestimate with Fergie is that he bought very, very good players, and he bought very good spines of teams in. You look at the teams. And even whilst the Glazers were there, you still had Van der Sar. He then bought in De Gea to replace him. Very, very good player. Your centre halves, he bought in Rio and Vidic, and whilst they were still going till 2013, he bought them in. You then had Michael Carrick there the whole time. He then bought in a goal scorer every time.
Don't think you can fluke a Champions League final, mate. I think you can. It's a one-off game. Of course you can.
Yes, you can.
Of course you can.
We didn't fluke it in '99, but it was. I think if you play that game,
should have been 3-0 down in the 90th minute.
If you play that game with those 11 players starting each time 10 times, we probably get beat by Bayern Munich because we didn't have our strongest team out, and we scored 2 goals in the last 3 minutes. That's what means by one-off games, And Ollie's shown that he can win one-off game a lot of the time. He has done against City.
You look at the 3 semi-finals, right? I think we just crashed against Sevilla. I think we just ran out of legs.
Yeah.
And Sevilla are pretty good in semis in that themselves.
Yeah.
We won the second leg versus City. We arguably won the second half of the first leg. But we did.
I think what happened in the first leg is we didn't have enough players.
The first half of the first leg,
they had Phil Jones.
They won the tie in the first 45 minutes of a 2-game tie.
And I think against Chelsea, I think the problem was that
he phoned it in.
He did, and he was in the back of his mind. He's like, I have to finish in the top 4. Yeah. There is no way if I win the FA Cup, it's Louis van Gaal territory. Yeah. If I finish 5th in the FA Cup,
see in a bit.
I have to finish in the top 4. He did that, and maybe people say it was wrong. Maybe people will say, oh, he still could have done both. He couldn't.
We had more possession and more shots in 99. I have never even looked at what the stats were for it, but I know that we should have been 3-0 down at one point. And I think what probably happened, but if you looked at the first hour, it was probably all Bayern.
Yeah.
I reckon if you looked at the last 25 minutes, it was probably all United. We started knocking on the door as they started to protect what they had. And that's why when you are so dominant in a game the way Bayern were, and they were, I was depressed watching it because I was like, we've come this far, we've got so close, and we're going to throw it away here.
Yeah.
You know, and they hit the bar, they hit the post. Like, it doesn't matter if we had more shots, if they were shit shots, and then we had,
2 world-class deliveries.
Yeah.
A few world-class deliveries, I think, from David Beckham, which is what you needed.
Why risk Lindelof when Axel could have been playing because Axel's banned for PSG? It's a good point.
Yeah, but I think Axel has shown a little bit of frailty when he's come on. I think that the PSG game, he was unbelievable. No one will ever doubt that. But in the performances after that, he looked so far off the pace in the first half against Istanbul, and and he might need a little bit more time easing him into the team.
Maybe, yeah.
And
well, maybe he gets half an hour today. That would give you an indicator. If he gets half an hour today, because you don't really see him making subs at centre half. Yeah. If he gets half an hour today, then he's definitely in his mind for later in the season, if not later this week.
Yeah, and also I think that this is a big game for Man United. I think we've gone on this little 3-game. We've won 3 games for the first time this season in a row. I think the Everton performance was very good. I think the Istanbul performance was very good. I think that West Brom performance was a bit dodgy. I think if we get a win,
more shots against West Brom than Istanbul though.
Crazy, but it didn't look the same kind of football. Didn't feel the same. If we get a win today though, that then becomes all right. We've got a bit of form now. But I think if you drop points today, there's a lot of pressure on United because it's one of them. If you look at the Premier League fixtures, it's been good game, not very good game.
If we win our 2 games in hand, we're 2 points off Liverpool.
Yeah, we're not that. It's again, the start to the season has not helped with that game in hand we've needed because that game in hand against Burnley, who played yesterday, they're pretty poor. You know, like we should be winning that game, and I feel very confident that we would win that game. But you know, with that game in hand, you don't know when that's going to catch up, and it's because everyone's dropping points. I think it's making it look as if we're miles behind, and we're really not. You know, a couple of wins here and there, and you're back in it. Tottenham dropped some points at the start of the season and said, "Oh, they're out of it now." They've gone a little bit of a run, the top of the league.
That's it. Because these people have dropped more points than usual, or at least the last 4 or 5 years, more points than we've really seen dropped. Yeah. Anyone that puts any sort of consistency together actually looks decent. I mean, Villa started off like a house on fire. Yeah. They was a game in hand away from being top of the league. They fell off a little bit now. But you're talking about, Southampton are 5th.
Yep.
You're talking, I think, Everton are 6th, I think.
Yeah.
So, obviously Liverpool are still in the mix of there, but now is it like, haven't won in 4 or something like that, or 4 away games or something like that?
It's a very different season. You know, City again. City are the same. You know, City, they've got a game in hand as well. They've had a bit of a bad run, but they beat Burnley yesterday.
League tables, they're what man about. Yeah, Leicester, Chelsea.
Yeah, it's easy. You know, City win their game in hand. They're level on points with. I mean, they're ahead of Everton. They're ahead of Southampton. They're only 3 points behind Liverpool as well. So it's not like everyone's miles away.
And we're 13th at the minute, which is minging. But again, 2 games in hand. You win those, we're on 19 points. That would put us in 3rd place. Yeah. And I think that would probably be even a bit giddy of where we actually truly are in terms of the ability in our squad. I don't think we're the 3rd best squad in the league. I think we're probably 5th, 6th best squad in the league. Yeah. So being inside the top 4, Ollie's doing a very good job. But we're not in there yet.
We're not in there yet, and that is probably why, like I mentioned about Victor Lindelof coming in today ahead of Tuanzebe, I think that this is a very important game because at this moment in time, like I said, everyone is dropping points, but when you're playing Southampton, who are above you, and who have had a good start to the season, we have to take this very seriously. We can't be just rotating players in.
City. If we win by 2 goals, I think we go above Everton, Villa, City.
Yeah.
You know.
Which wouldn't be too bad. It'll start to maybe get a bit more shape of exactly where United are, but they have to win this game, and it's not a game you can really rotate in, which is probably why he's had to risk maybe playing 2 guys, Fred and Matic today, who might have to start again in the week. You know, I don't think Ollie wants to do that, but he can't just, here's Fosu Mensah in there right now, because we are missing McTominay, we are missing Pogba.
No, and
it's making things difficult.
With Liverpool, when you're flying, when everybody's got confidence behind them, when there feels like there's momentum, because I think that's a real thing.
Yeah.
You know, every single roll of a dice, the probability is 50-50, but you can occasionally see runs go on. And I think that's the same with football. Is sometimes you just feel on it, and the pressure's off you when you've got confidence, and you don't go, oh, I'm going to pass this. I'm going to shoot, because the things I've been hitting going in, and the belief in yourself sometimes can carry you a long way. And Fergie always used to pull out that momentum thing, didn't he? He was like, just get me within touching distance for Christmas,
and then we'll get going.
Yeah. And there was an interesting thing Fergie did with his pre-seasons as well. He never wanted the team to be fit for the season in pre-season, and Jose Mourinho came in and changed that. And that might have been one of the reasons why you see symptoms of Jose Mourinho's teams like all crashing after a couple of years, because there has to be an ebb and flow. The athletes might be the fittest they've ever been by a long way, but they're still human beings. Yep. And there still has to be tapering off and leveling off and things like that, and all the rest of that sort of stuff. And I think sometimes what Fergie used to do was get them fit enough to start the season, not finish the season, whereas Jose wanted them fit enough to finish the season. And that's why when Jose, those first couple of seasons at Chelsea, came out and absolutely destroyed it early doors and was like unbeatable, unassailable leads. And I wonder if Ollie's doing the same sort of thing, especially this season, where it's been carnage. Just get us fit enough to compete, and we'll see where we are a bit later.
I think there is a bit in that. I think you look what Guardiola's done, you look what Klopp's done, you look to what all these managers, even Mourinho's done when they've come in. Yes, they've maybe won the Premier League back to back. They've done bits like that, but they've never done it over 3 or 4 different tournaments. They've never really, they've never won. Fergie's is the only manager to win.
I know Pep won all the domestic ones, but
gives a fuck they've never won the Champions League, and United are the only team in the Premier League to win both. To do that, and I think Fergie managed his squad so well in terms of, we're going to lose 3, might lose a couple of points early on in the season, but we're going to win the finals, and we're going to have a squad fit when it comes May, and we have to play final in the league. And that's what they do very, very well.
Righty, we'll resume this conversation in a second, but let's go and have a look at the pre-match show and see what some of you guys have been saying for predictions for this game.
Thank you, guys. Now that the team news is in, make sure you are getting your score predictions in the comments below. And if you want to do your score predictions and feature on the pre-game show every single week, you can email us at paddockmatchday@gmail.com. So every single week you can send in 20, 30, 40-second clip of your prediction for how you think the game's going to go, and you can feature in this next section. So here, some of your predictions as well as some familiar faces.
Yo, what's going on, guys? John coming to you guys for Stretford Paddock for the upcoming Manchester United versus Southampton game score prediction.
I'll do. United playing Southampton today. Could be a tough one this for United to start the season pretty well. Actually, Southampton, they've got a couple of really good players as well. I think United have to be careful. I know we don't have a great record at home actually against Southampton. Going back, I know Van Gaal dropped points there in the past, and it's going to be a difficult one. But I think United were impressive during the week against Istanbul Basaksehir. I think there was a lot of positives to take from that, especially the fact that they were a weaker side that we struggled against before, but we managed to actually take our chances and we were clinical. If we do the same thing again today, then I think United should be able to get the win.
Hello, it's Ronaldo here, and I'm back with another matchday prediction for the game against the Saints. And I believe that United will pull out a 2-1 victory with Rashford and Martial getting on the score sheet and vouching for Martial to end his little bit of a goal drought in the Premier League. And I expect us to keep the momentum going. We've hit a little bit of a run of form. We found ourselves a little bit. We've got into the swing of things, and I expect us to keep the momentum going and carry on our surge up the table. So, up the Reds. Don't quite think we'll get a clean sheet because we've been allergic to them in recent times, but I think we'll pull out the win and come out comfortable. Not comfortable winners, but we'll scrape the win. 2-1, up the Reds.
Talk about Southampton. This team is not like Istanbul Basaksehir here. This team is not like West Bromwich Albion. With all due respect to the aforementioned teams, Southampton are currently playing pretty decently in the Premier League, and whether you think it's a fluke or whether you think this is one of those games or situations where they're going to die down in the end, what matters right now is their position, their status in the table, and their performance. They are playing consistently well, and they are playing decently. And Manchester United lack consistency in that respect.
Right, so a big game against Southampton. It's time to find some solidity and some consistency in our games. I'm hoping to see the same team we put out against Istanbul, because it seemed to work, didn't it? Cavani played well. Dragged centre-halves out and created chances for everyone else. So he's going to be very, very influential if he does get on. So I'm going to say we're going to win 2-0. I want Cavani to bag.
Hey everybody, Angelina here with my prediction for the Southampton game. Now, after such an impressive game in the Champions League, surely this has got to be a good game with a lot of goals. Now, I'm going to go with us having a clean sheet. I'm going to go for goals, so I'm going to go 3-0. Now, injuries depending, I am going to go with Anthony Martial. I think he needs a goal. Bruno Fernandes, because why not? And I'm going to go with Fred if he makes an appearance.
It'll be an interesting side to see whether Solskjaer rotates. I know Fernandes has been looking pretty tired. I think Greenwood probably could start Pogba as well. He hasn't been in the squad for the past couple of weeks now, so it'll be interesting to see how that happens. But I think United should win. I think we've got enough to see off Southampton, so I think I'll say 2-1 to United.
But I think it'll be a nitty-gritty performance, and I think it'll be one of those games where Manchester United are going to have a tough game in their hands. I'm going to stay optimistic, though, and I'm going to go for a 2-1 victory. I think Bruno's going to probably get on the score sheet again. I don't think it's going to be a penalty, but he'll definitely get on the score sheet. And hopefully we get a solid victory. And quick before I leave, just a quick shout out to the U.S. fans watching, and if you're wherever you guys are, if you're celebrating Thanksgiving, hope you guys had a safe, happy, responsible one. And I'll catch you all on Sunday. Let's get it.
Jay here, Stretford, Paddock. My prediction for today's game, I'm going to be a little bit negative and go for a draw. I think this might be a tight game. Southampton have been flying this season. United have been very inconsistent. I think we drew them at the back end of last season. So, I don't know, I just feel like it's going to be one of those days. I'm going to go over 1-1. I'm going to go with Anthony Martial to break his duck in the Premier League, get on the score sheet. But I don't know, I just fancy a draw. I don't want us to draw. I think if we win, we can move up the table and get closer to title number 21, of course, because that's what's going to happen. But for today's game, I think we might just have to settle for a point, but fingers crossed, I'm completely wrong and United win.
Hello Reds, my match prediction for Southampton Manchester United is a 2-1 win, but let's keep this run going.
My prediction for Southampton v Man United is a comfortable 2-0 win for the Red Devils. We cruise past Istanbul on Tuesday night, and obviously we've got that Paris game coming up on Wednesday. But I think with Donny van der Beek starting, Edinson Cavani starting, I think they'll be the scorers. Bruno Fernandes and Rashford to get the assists. I think it'll be a comfortable win with them missing Danny Ings. United haven't lost since 2016 to the Saints, and in the last 23 fixtures, we've only lost 2 games. The last 2 have been draws, before that a win, before that 2 draws, and before that a win. So we're due a win against the Saints. That is my prediction for the weekend.
Hey guys, I'm Giancarlo from Brazil. I think this game can be important to us because Southampton are a team that can take points against big teams like we saw against Chelsea. So if we beat them, it will be very important to our season and to our current form. I would love to see Donny van der Beek start again because he's a guy who can play against these high pressing teams like Southampton. So come on United, let's win this game 2-0, a comfortable win. I'm confident. Come on United.
Paddock match day, Notch here. United v Southampton has produced some very bizarre results over the years. The 6-3 game during our blip in '96, the grey shirts match, the goal that probably cost Massimo Taibia's place at the club. Most memorably though, that 3-2 and the Zlatan masterclass to win the League Cup in 2017. This could be exciting and it could be the perfect game for how we like to play. Southampton don't necessarily play with a low block, they like to be adventurous. So let's win it quick, get it forward and punish those defenders. Not sure it's going to be a cakewalk, but I do think there's going to be goals. So I'm saying 3-2, just like that cup final. And I've got a feeling that Alex Telles might be someone on the score sheet. Trust the Notchta.
Thanks to everyone who sent in their predictions. If you want to get your predictions in, email paddockmatchday@gmail.com with your predictions to feature on the Watchalong. Make sure throughout the game you are using hashtag paddockmatchday over on Twitter, over on Instagram. Me and Ronaldo will be on all the socials. We'll make sure we're checking up on them. We'll be back at half-time, go through a bit more of what you're saying, go through your comments, have a bit more of an in-depth look into some stats at half-time. So make sure you're using hashtag paddockmatchday and get involved. So this week we had another episode of the Tier 1 Transfer Podcast hosted by Jay Motti and Ronaldo Brown. They had Christian Falcon, the top journalist in Germany, and he had a bit of a chat about Hakan Kalinoglu. I'm not very good at saying his name, but anyway, this is what he had to say about the AC Milan midfielder.
Well, another player that's been linked to United has been Hakan Kalinoglu, which obviously is not a player that I massively know a lot about, but is that a transfer that you possibly seeing happening, and if and when it could actually occur?
Yes, true. I think this will happen because last summer there were already talks with his agents, and I don't know if you know that Juventus Turin would like to have him also for last summer, but he said no. I think he said no because he already knew about what will happen this summer with United. I think the talks are very, very far at the moment. He's a free agent, so I think this transfer will be very likely. And he's a very good player if he has, if everything around is working, then he can help United. I think he's not the kind of player where you say if something went wrong on the pitch, who says now we have to fight. He's a technical player, so he needs a player. Perhaps it is Pogba then to show him the way. But then I think he can do it at United.
So if you've not already, go and watch the Tier 1 Transfer Podcast. But also, if you want to listen to the Tier 1 Transfer Podcast, as long as all our other podcasts, we are on usual podcasting services, whether that be iTunes, Spotify, Google. There's a link below that you can click on. We are also at the minute doing a bit of a giveaway. So if you leave us a 5-star review on iTunes or share our podcast on any of your social medias, we will be giving away some of our merchandise from the store. So make sure, head over to the podcast, leave us a review and have a listen. So that's all from me. I'm going to pass you over now to the lads for the watch along. Make sure you are using hashtag Paddock Matchday. Me and Ronaldo will be back at half time with some stats, with some comments and looking at some of your tweets. Over to the lads.
Alrighty then, we're almost here. It is match day. We've got Andy Tate, we have got Joe back, and we are now, what are we, like, moments away, aren't we? Half an hour away, 29 minutes away from kickoff. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has confirmed why Tony Martial is not in the squad. But before we get to that, you see the t-shirt Alex was wearing before, and actually I've got one on under here too.
Go on then. Get yourself stripped off, lad.
If you want one of the free t-shirts that we've been doing, the Bruno one, the Rashford one, if you want one of those, we're giving away free t-shirts simply for going, leaving, and obviously 5-star review on iTunes. So go and find the Stretford Paddock podcast on iTunes. Leave your Twitter or Instagram handle on there and tell us which one, obviously. So that's me on Instagram, that's me on Twitter. Give us your 5-star review and which podcast are we giving them away on?
We can give them away on Howson's Brew next week, I think.
All right, so tomorrow, you mean?
No, the one after that.
All right, okay. So the one after tomorrow. In 8 days. You got 8 days to go and get a review in, and we'll be giving away an as yet undisclosed number of t-shirts.
Very nice.
It might be as high as 4 million. Might be as low as 1.
Interesting.
It's definitely in between those.
Somewhere in between.
It's definitely in between those two numbers.
Yeah.
It's not 1 and it ain't 4 million. So that's how many t-shirts we're potentially giving away. If you'd like one of those t-shirts, let us know which t-shirt you want, and also give us some contact details to get in touch with you. That's go and leave us a 5-star review. And you can get stuff like, do we put this audio out on iTunes?
Not on the Watchalong now.
The Watchalong doesn't, but all the rest of the podcasts do as well.
Everything gets put up on iTunes.
Then you can go and check it all out.
At the minute, you should be, because all the podcasts go up, put the previews up, loads of stuff going out on there.
And you can get
I'm one watching on YouTube, and I never know I've got a bloody iPhone as well. Now
exactly.
I know.
Perfect.
But you can get it on iTunes, but you can only review them on iTunes, sadly. But you can also get it on Spotify. You can get it pretty much anywhere regular people get podcasts. If you're a weird guy that has it on like Wetfish, then that's on you, mate. Like, you can't get it on Wetfish.
Some people have weird, like, I only use like Scorpio card, and you're like, what's that?
Yeah, what is that?
Yeah, some Android.
I think it's actually on Castbox. It's on Deezer. It's on Spotify. Listen, fuckface, it's on podcast platforms. And we get the camera on me while I'm talking as well. That'd be really good. Thank you, camera. You can get it on a million different podcast platforms, certainly the ones where you would expect to find it, and not the ones that you just made up yourself and put in a basement somewhere.
But yeah, if you leave a 5-star review, and we'll be giving away t-shirts, and if you win, we'll contact you, then you can put your contact details. You don't have to send your address in a tweet, don't worry about it. Yeah. So tell us why Martial ain't playing then.
All right, okay, let's find that then. Doesn't mention if he had the shits, but I'm projecting that he's got the shits. So he says, Anthony fell ill overnight, so he's in the hotel all by himself. Poor lad. So that's the reason Ant isn't playing.
Fell ill is such a like
In the old-
Tudor thing to say, isn't it? Oh, she's fallen ill, and then they just died of like consumption or something. Like, what do you mean fell ill? What's he got? Has he got COVID? I hope not. But like,
I think he'd have said if it was COVID, wouldn't it?
Well, yeah,
That's why I think it's the shits.
would have gone.
yeah, it fell out his arse more like. Yeah.
Yeah, he's been on the toilet, and with the gentlest of pushes, his entire organs fell out.
Yeah.
And that's happened all night, so he's not playing. He's going to have a banana, he'll be fine by Tuesday.
What was a cork?
That was to replace the electrolytes,
sorry,
Joe.
I get you now.
So
I get you.
uncouth.
Yeah, so he's injured. Not injured, unwell.
Probably the shits. Let's just go with the shits.
Yeah.
Tony's got the shits.
Let's be honest, right? Without wanting to get too damn right dirty here, as someone who's had that problem before, I've never been so skid pan scramble that I couldn't play football for the next. Like, how bad does
Robbie
that
Savage
have to
did
be?
it. Robbie
where
Savage
you
did
can't
it.
even do your job the next day.
Are you mad? Are you serious? Is this a serious point?
I never have that.
Right.
Maybe it's just because I don't know. Go on.
If you've got proper shits or DMV, like the diarrhea and vomiting, if
Yeah,
you've
well, that's
got that,
different.
right?
I've
No
had
way
that.
can you play. Like, literally, a 5% drop in performance is going to leave you looking like shit.
Especially if you also poo
Yeah,
yourself.
in a Premier League match. When they're talking, you're talking the finest of fine margins for performance. And they're talking about, players take their own pillars and things like that to hotels to try and give them the same level of sleep. And you've got one of them that's potentially up shitting himself all night long. And you
Okay,
think,
all right.
Yeah, just fine.
I'll take
Just
your
crack
point,
on and
Steve.
play. No,
You're
Joe,
right.
you maniac.
Okay, you're
I
right.
got Sunday roast later. I don't need to hear this.
No, yeah, don't worry about it.
Everybody poos. Everybody poos.
That's true, actually. That is true. So Martial isn't playing. He's not been in the best of form anyway. I saw a lot of people on Twitter before saying like, "Oh, Pogba's still not fit. He's got an ankle problem." There's sort of almost times when you think, not that you ever want anyone to be unwell or unfit, but you sort of think he's saving Solskjaer a headache here, Pogba, because he's been so poor this season. Martial, I don't think he's not been nearly as bad as Pogba in terms of his performances, but he's saving him a selection dilemma. I'm assuming Martial will be back in the next couple of days here. Do you almost think like, at least we have to play Mason, or we've got, because Martial's not really been very good this season is what I'm trying to say. Do you think he's saving him a selection problem by being unavailable?
Maybe.
Could be a blessing, but then again, it works in the old
Blessing
days,
in
didn't
disguise.
Because Pogba, the having to or being able to remove the whole Pogba thing, the Pogba conversation from people, oh, should he be starting, shouldn't he be starting, what a waste of money, all that stuff. That sort of died down a bit because, well, he can't start at the minute because he's injured. That's all I'm suggesting.
Or is he?
Well,
Or is there?
There's the other
That's
side of it.
Like Steve says, it's a circus now, and I'm happy he's not in the squad today. Not being nasty, I'm just happy he's not there. So we can concentrate. We've got a big chance to close the gap on the top four.
Yeah, it's a massive game this
with
week,
a game in hand as well.
I know. Yeah, it's massive.
Well, 2 games in hand. You've only 2 games in hand. You're only 2 points off the Scousers. You know what I'm saying?
Too bad, is it? We're going to win the league. That's what you're trying to say. I hear it. I hear what you're saying.
Danny Welbeck, that is it.
Of course it was. He's impeded him. Honestly, some of the shit that people get penalties for nowadays, that is a penalty. Is it soft? Yeah. Would it have been a penalty 10 years ago? No, but now there's VAR and all sorts of shit. So it's a penalty. And I don't see them having this sort of stuff when Salah falls to pieces every time someone breathes on him. So fuck them, Scouse twats.
Tell you what would be good is if they went through a full season of matches, or maybe just one team's full season of matches, let's say a league champion, and go through every single goal they scored and drew the lines on afterwards of offside or not offside. I bet you there's probably half a dozen goals that should have stood that didn't, or did stand that should have. Because it seems like almost every goal you go, that's gone in, goal. And then they check it back. Once you put them lines on, everything's offside. I reckon like some of those tight ones, like United City 2013 or 2014, sorry. 2012,
Well,
what am I about?
2010
That would have been a
when
great
Drogba
one
was
to look
miles
over.
offside
Yeah.
and we'd lost the league on the back of it.
Yeah.
I think 2008 we was on for a treble. We got knocked out of the FA Cup. Was it Newcastle? or someone?
Portsmouth.
Right.
Portsmouth.
We
Not
battered him.
not a penalty. Right.
I know.
VAR probably doesn't give that. I don't think. Like, although it might give something else. So it was on for a treble there. Porto. We might never have heard of Jose Mourinho if that hadn't have been ruled out. So VAR. If you want to complain about the decision at the moment, I didn't want it to come in because I saw what was going to happen, because obviously I watch rugby league, and what's just a generic try now goes, let's just check.
Yeah.
And that let's just check has fucking killed what's entertainment about the game.
I mean, the lines yesterday, Liverpool's disallowed goal, a toe. It's getting beyond a joke now, and you can tell.
1999.
Could the English Premier League quash it and throw it out?
No, I don't think
well, they can do, but it alienate FIFA and UEFA, wouldn't it?
Like if 99 happened now, it's not the commentary wouldn't be and Solskjaer's won it. It'd be and Solskjaer's put the ball in the net. Let's just see if that's a goal.
Yeah.
What? Come on, man. I was already in the sea by the time that had happened.
Aguero's goal, find something wrong with that and put VAR on it from 2012.
Yeah, exactly. I reckon I was someone on the opposite end to you, Steve. I thought, yeah, let's do this. Let's bring it in. The refs don't get to see the right. We all get to see that it was offside. We all get to see that it was a dive.
But if it's an obvious error, yes, but it's not being obvious errors, and that's the problem. Is if they was giving us the obvious error stuff, fine. Like Joey, the one where they go, he's 10 foot offside, and he goes, oh, he's 10 foot offside. Yeah, there should almost be like a shot clock on it. Like the referee gets 5 seconds to replay it, and he goes, that's on ball. Or if you're there 3/4 of an hour and have to get your protractor out. The president of IFAB, which is the International Football Summit Rules Board, he said, you're not supposed to start drawing lines on things. It's meant to be for the obvious errors. So obvious errors in terms of like, of course he just murdered him. Yeah. Of course he was 15 feet offside. Of course it was handball. Of course it was over the line, for a throw-in or for whatever. But the problem is they go so precise, especially on the offsides. They go so precise on one end, which is where the player is. They don't go that precise on where the ball's played. They don't go that precise on the goal kick or corner, which might have led to this. And you just think, you either have to be 100% precise across the entire game of football. You can't just do it for offsides and goals because there's a butterfly effect in football. This leads to that, and 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 all of these things. So you can't just pick and choose when to be precise and when to be like, fuck it, the ref will get it. You can't do that. It needs to be all or nothing. And that's the issue with it, is that you can't apply this all or nothing thing to it.
The problem is, though, when you think, like, the word obvious doesn't have a concrete meaning in football, does it? Obvious means different things to different people. Obvious is a subjective word. The thing is, offside, if your toe is past their toe, that isn't subjective. So you can see how we've got to this place where...
But it's the clear and obvious error. That's what it's
not. Again, though, clear and obvious is different to you, is different to me. It is.
It's a clear and obvious error. It's not, was he clear and obviously offside? It's, was there an error? A clear and obvious error.
It's going to cost someone this season, maybe even the last day. If you're in the room, something happens on the last day, it costs somebody something. Are you going to call that in, or are you just going to look the other way? Nah, it's too hot to handle. So it's a hot potato. They've just lost the title. No, we ain't getting involved in that. And just carry on playing.
Yeah.
Right, we have got the maddest thing ever coming up, and you guys can be a part of it. We have got, honestly, it's ridiculous. There's a membership thing that we are doing, which, are we talking about it
yet? We should be able to announce it tomorrow on the Brew.
Oh, so watching for the Brew tomorrow to find out exactly what you're getting. It sounds like Shmiya Shmive. If you're interested in a Shmiya Shmive...
I know what it is, and that doesn't even sound like what you're saying. But yeah, a massive members giveaway over Christmas.
Which includes a Shmiya Shmive. If you're interested in getting your hands on a Shmiya Shmive...
Shmiya Shmive!
Ah.
Right, Andy's got it.
Ah, right.
If you're interested in that...
I've just woke up, that's what now
we'll
I've got it.
properly announce this tomorrow, but if you want to become a member, we're going to be maybe giving away a Shmiya Shmive to members.
It's a members-only giveaway.
Members
all
only
you have
giveaway.
to do to enter is be a member. So current members, you're already entered.
If you're a current member, you're in. And if you're a new member by a certain date, which we'll give you all the details of tomorrow, then you will also get to enter. But it's not just Shmiya Shmives. There's also...
Mucky Box. We've got Mucky Box.
Meplica Mertz. There's... Muxman Mandy Mole.
This is doing my head in. There's loads of stuff we're giving away.
Mucky Box.
We're going to be doing a full 12 days of Christmas giveaways, and all you have to do to be eligible to enter the giveaway is be a member. So if you want to sign up and become a member, now is the time. We're also going to be putting out a members-only podcast. We're going to be putting out some more members-only videos next week, more frequently, more commonly, all coming out. But yeah, if you want to get in as a applicant for the...
Shmiya Shmive.
Now's the time to do it. So yeah, just sign up and become a member, and you will be automatically entered in that. So Perfect. Manchester United then. 15 minutes to go. Can we get the team news back on the screen for a minute, just in case
Here
anyone
we go. Right, I'll
hasn't
go for the
seen it?
team. Here we go. We got David De Gea in net. That fella, you know him, you love him. Everybody likes him. We have got a back four of Juan Bissaka, Maguire, Lindelof, and Telles. Happy to see him in the team. I wonder what sort of role he'll be playing, trying to put it into Greenwood and Rashford, who can't edit. We got Matic and Fred and Van der Beek and Fernandes in what we think is going to be a midfield four, and then Greenwood and Rashford up front.
It's a good team, and I saw it while I was out before. I saw you two doing the team news. I think obviously Telles is someone who I thought was good against Istanbul before, but he's got a few games here to really go. When Luke Shaw comes back, I ain't leaving. So I think we need to see another good performance from Telles today, because this game's going to be a bit more so than we've seen from him so far. A test of his defensive capabilities.
It's fast pace.
Exactly. And not that, Southampton aren't Chelsea or Liverpool or City, but they're a bit more than Istanbul. They're a bit more than what we played against before.
Ralph Hasenhüttl's a very good tactical manager. He did bits with that Leipzig team that he had no right to be doing. He's done bits with this Southampton team.
Yeah.
Right, we've got some super chats if you want to get some super chats in, and then we'll go through some of the new members because some of you guys just joined.
Exactly.
Steve, is Lingard gone? He doesn't even make the bench when he should, ahead of a few players. Surely he's off in January. Well, he's only just got out of isolation. I don't know if he had the Rona or he just got done by track and trace, but he's only just got out of isolation. Obviously, someone needs to have a word with him about what he's doing about pistachios, because that's all sorts of wrong. But if I think you're right. Like, there's a few players in his position that he's not better than.
Yeah.
I thought him getting hold of Raiola was the writing on the wall, but look, here's some things that I know. I know that he didn't want to leave.
Has he not also since dropped Raiola?
He has.
He's left Raiola.
Yeah, the window closed and he was like, anyway, sin a bit.
His contract's not got long left either, is it?
I'm going to be real with you. I wouldn't have minded him going somewhere so I could go and fucking hang out and watch, because that would have been wicked, especially somewhere hot, Jesse, if you're listening.
Well, it seems like when United players leave United, or anyone leaves England at the minute, they just go to Italy.
Yeah.
That's usually Inter.
Yeah.
So I won't be surprised to see that.
Good in blue-black.
We've got a few new members. We've got Mark Hatton, Rory __ McG or MCG. We've got Rodder Shock as well. And
Welcome.
got Juan Martinez. Welcome to the Academy. Thank you.
You guys might be in the mix for a Schmier. Oh, you are.
Well, you are in the mix.
You are in the mix for a Schmier Schmeif.
We're going to be talking about that properly tomorrow. But yeah, that front two as well I want to talk about. Cavani, I believe, is on the bench.
Yes, he is.
He started the other day, so I'm not surprised he didn't start. But Rashford and Greenwood. Greenwood's hardly played for the last month. Rashford's not really played up front that much, and when he has, he played in that split striker role with Dan James, and I think it was some of our worst games against Arsenal, I'm thinking particularly. Are you a bit worried about back to the diamond after how sort of catastrophic it was against Arsenal?
No, because I don't necessarily think that just because one formation doesn't work against one team, that it doesn't mean that it's not going to work against another team. Arsenal also play a 3-4-3 formation, and there's different levels of space, and I think we struggled playing out in that game against Arsenal. We didn't have Van der Beek in that game, I'm pretty sure, so I think that there's things that we've changed, which I think we've changed for the better, and there's things that I think we're going to see in the game. Prakar, welcome to the Academy, another one that's just joined as a membership. Yeah.
There seems to be some sort of rumour going around that Bruno Fernandes was limping or something in the warm-up. We're going to be checking on that, and we'll give you any updates on that as they come out. But I'm just checking on Twitter there are some people, it seems to be more people going, is Bruno injured? I've heard he's injured, rather than any official source, but we are aware of that, and we'll keep you up to date with that. That would be pretty massive, wouldn't it? That'd be terrible if Bruno was to be injured. Ole talking about Van der Beek said...
Who's going to take the penalties then?
Yeah. It's not what I saw midweek, it's what I've seen all season as to why Van der Beek is playing today. I was saying before the game, or I was saying on the preview, that I didn't think we would play Van der Beek because I thought we'd go a bit more defensive. And I didn't predict the diamond. We have gone more defensive whilst keeping Van der Beek in by playing Matic in there. Now, I didn't think Matic was particularly good at all the other night. But obviously, bringing a player on like that is different to starting him. We need to see that Matic from last season.
What we do need, Ryan Clark, welcome to the first team. We also need to be aware, and I don't know why people think that United is the team that's just won a treble. But like, we're Man United. Why are we worrying about Southampton? Well, they're above us in the table, knobhead, for starters. They're also a team that's actually very good and have got a good habit of actually causing a lot of problems for bigger teams. So you have to pay attention to what they're doing, and you have to come up with ways to mitigate what they're doing. Because they play a 4-4-2, and a narrow 4-4-2 at that, they're going to be all over us, certainly as we're playing it out from the back. So having 4 midfielders is a great option for us to be finding options to play out from. And having Matic in there as a proper defensive number 6 and a proper defensive screen. One, it's good for height, because there's not a lot of height in this United team. Van der Beek, not big. Bruno, not big. Fred, not big. Rashford and Greenwood, they're big, but they're shit in the air. Like, who's going to win headers for you? So you need someone else in there, and he's a great option for that. And you also, because they're dealing with 2 strikers, those 2 strikers are going to sit on Maguire and Lindelof, and 1v1's not good odds. You always want to have an extra defender. And because they have attackers, wingers that like to attack as well, you've basically occupied our entire back 4. So having a defensive midfielder in Matic means that you've got that extra man in that midfield to be able to try and pick and track a run, or as an option in case someone goes past their man. Because 1v1's not good odds. You always want one extra defender in opposition, I've got, in terms of attack. Mike Naylor and Dave Handley, welcome to membership. And Ryan Mardragon, welcome to the academy.
Ryan McCrossan as well.
Welcome to the academy.
Yeah, we definitely need something in there. Even against Istanbul, when I thought we were very good in the first half, second half, and even in the first half, we gave away a lot of chances though. Even in that first half, they had good chances. Demba Ba had a couple I can think of. There was also their winger, what's his name? I can't remember his name now.
Mike Skinner.
What's his name? The one who shoots from outside the box all the time. Vishka. He had about 3 chances as well.
Good player.
He is a good player.
We've had some good games with him over the years. I remember, was it 2018? It was Old Trafford. We won 3-2 with Lukaku in the last minute, and they were on fire that day. It was a couple of crackers, a free kick as well. And last season he equalised in the last minute, didn't they?
Yeah, it's going to be a tricky game.
Sort of hit and miss team for United.
Yeah, definitely. People again talking about this Bruno potential injury in the comments. We've got people on it. We can't find anything on Twitter. No of the reputable journalists have mentioned it at the moment. So again, we'll keep you abreast of that. But as it stands, it seems as though he's fine and it's just a rumour. But obviously, we're as concerned as you are about that. So if anything,
can I get one of those snapbacks Howson is wearing from the merch site? The Paddock FC ones. Go to stretfordpaddockfc.com and they're in there.
We worship Howson.
I think you've got till
every day at 9 a.m.
I think you've got till Saturday. Like 6 days left to guarantee delivery for Christmas for stuff. So hurry up on that. If you order after that, there's no guarantees that you'll get it for Crimbo.
Yes, definitely. We've seen the team news. Assuming that Bruno Fernandes is fine, give me your score predictions.
I said 2-1. My preview.
I think everyone's saying 2-1. It's like, I'm a bit nervous about this game. It's that kind of prediction.
I think United have got the capabilities. Here's the strengths that Manchester United have got and how they match up against Southampton. Southampton's line is slow. You can get right in behind Vestergaard. Greenwood and Rashford, because they press, because they have such an aggressive press, the entire team squeezes you and they deny space. And to do that, especially when they're trying to press us playing out, they have to have their defence on the halfway line. And the fullbacks tuck in a little bit to deny that little bit of space. The wingers come in a little bit, and then Romeu and Ward-Prowse in the middle just make it proper minging to try and pass your way through. Now, because they have to be so close, this close, so they're denying all sorts of space. When you're able to play through that, when you're able to put a ball into a channel and say, Mason, get your ass after that. Marcus, go get your ass after that, in behind the fullbacks. That's how Manchester City get found out. That's how the Scousers get found out. That's how this Southampton team gets found out. If you can play through that midfield press, and I think Donny van der Beek can, I think Bruno can, Fred and Matic less so. But I think you can play through that. If you're able to play through that, if you're able to start sticking a couple of balls over, was it Lindelof who played the ball for Rashford for the penalty? More balls like that when the defence is on the halfway line, it's not a fair fight. It's not a fair foot race. And United will definitely get in behind this team.
Even Greenwood, he's not as quick as Rashford.
Fastest player in the league last year, supposedly. I don't know where they
either way,
that,
he's one of those players where once he gets past people, they don't catch him up. And especially when he's on the ball, he's got a great... His dummies and his sort of little shimmies and half steps on the ball means he sort of often will just go past someone and they never get back to him. So those two up front will be good for that. Andy, give me a score prediction. You've seen the team. What are you thinking today?
I'll go if we clean 2-0, 2-1, clean sheet. He's a must though. But
be nice, wouldn't it, a clean sheet?
But Southampton have got the chance to go for, was it third or fourth as well? So it's a big game for them as well. So
see, that's something that people aren't paying attention to. Can we get the league table up a sec? Just see where they are.
And people are still moaning, and you know what I mean.
Couple of members quickly before
I need that screen.
We move on. Matthew Reed, welcome to the Academy. If you want to become a member, just click the join button underneath the video and it takes you through and you can decide which tier you want to go from there. But yeah, thank you very much, Matthew.
I still can't see that. Switch it over a little bit more. So Saints there, they can go. Can they go second? Yeah. So Saints can go second if they have a decent game today and beat us. That's wild. That's absolutely wild if they go and people are saying, "Oh, we shouldn't be thinking about them." They can go second.
Yeah. Think a game in hand as well.
Well, they won't have a game in hand.
Yeah, they're a good side, but it's a game we've got to win, innit? If we want to push on, if we want to put that West Brom result behind, or say result, it's a good result.
Well, you want to build some get some momentum going. We played Paul last week. We got the win, and we just, like I say, we got up our game now between now and Christmas.
Devils to beat the Saints. That's after 30 years. Scouts have stole our title. Says Devils to beat the Saints. I reckon so. I'm going to go 2-1 as well.
Nice username.
It is a worrying prediction though, the 2-1, isn't it? You know that you're a bit nervous when you're predicting a 2-1. Well, there's no confidence.
I mean, you are nervous. I've been saying all week, this team is a good team. Don't be surprised if I don't see them smashing us. I really don't. But I do see them nicking a win against us.
Yeah.
I don't think we turn up here, get outplayed, get 3-0'd and get smacked back up the motorway back to Manchester. But I do see a way where we lose 1-0.
This is where we United.
Palace game though. That's not. But that was a different time.
This is United. You win away from and you win away from absolute failure and panic.
It's sad, isn't it? Shit. It's stressful.
I bet this is what Boris Johnson's praying for now because of this lockdown fiasco. All the heat will be on Man United and Solskjaer, and that diverts it away from him. But sorry, Boris.
Matthew O'Donoghue and Josh Evans, welcome to the memberships. As the players come out on the pitch there, Bruno Fernandes is out on the pitch, so whether he was limping or not before, he's starting the game for United.
Fooled you, bitch.
Yeah, exactly. United wearing that kit that looks brown in real life, doesn't it? That weird, strange-looking kit. Maguire and Lindelof are people who... There was so much stick toward the end of last season more, and then at the start of this season, Maguire especially... People talking about taking him out. Is it just me who thinks, since that Tottenham game, they've actually been good, Maguire and Lindelof? The goal against Arsenal we conceded was not their fault, and we didn't concede too many chances. The Istanbul game, forget about that. Pretend that's not part of my argument because that makes them look bad. But the rest of the games, we've actually looked quite good defensively in the last month or so.
But we've done sod off going up front.
Well, yeah, we have.
Games.
But there was so much pressure on Maguire and Lindelof. All summer it was, we need to replace Lindelof, and then the start of the season happened, Maguire got arrested, all that stuff, and he looked terrible to start the season.
When's his court case for that, do we know?
Be delayed up to a year with the Greek authorities, isn't it?
Yeah.
So sometime by next summer. They'll probably use that to spin the Euros as well, won't they? So make a song and dance about it.
Maybe. Do you think, though, that actually those two could be a good enough partnership to take United to win trophies? Maybe not, let's not say leagues, but... You think we need to make changes there?
No, you can win trophies with that team.
If you add to it, you can win
the big ones.
The big ones, no, but you can definitely win cups, yeah. But if you add to it, then it's a game changer.
What do you think? It's just not good enough.
You can definitely win trophies with them because you can win individual games with them. But if you want, I mean, you've seen the difference that Van Dijk made when he went to the Scousers. And they are the best defender in Europe at the time, according to himself.
What, Dejan Lovren?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was. Best defender in Europe.
In his own head.
I suppose, do you think you've got to think that as a player? Do you think you've got to think, I'm the best player
That's
in Europe?
That's fine, thinking it, but coming out and saying it in interviews, bit different, innit?
It's funny though, isn't it? Look how small Tellers is on that. He ain't that small, surely.
Wow.
Miniature Tellers on the Sky Sports team announcement screen there.
Bruno, yellow boots. Fred, yellow boots.
We'll know which ones are them then when they play. I'm slightly concerned about this.
Even Rashford's got yellow boots.
They must be the new Nike boots, sponsored by Nike.
I wonder if they'd like photoshopping them onto this.
I think they must be, because they ain't got them every week, have they?
No.
That's wild, isn't it?
They just wear them for contracts.
For image rights reasons, we have to Photoshop new boots onto these players every 6 weeks.
Honestly, would not be shocked if that was a thing.
No, I wouldn't.
Really wouldn't.
Is Vestergaard too big? Because he's absolutely gigantic.
Look at his face. He's got that gigantism sort of face going on.
Yeah, a bit Andre the Giant. Yeah, yes.
Andre the Giant.
Yeah, maybe
but he's slow. He's slow.
Of course he's slow. He's like one of those machinery. What are they called?
Is it because he looks like he lives on Easter Island?
Yeah, a little bit. He's got that.
He's got a proper Easter Island.
Do you mean like a dried suit like that?
Yeah.
A 209 out of Robocop.
There you go, that's the one. It's got a bit of that going on. You love your numbers and that, don't you, Steve? Tom Hudson, welcome to the first team. Anyone else as well? Cobster98, welcome to the academy.
Cobster? Say hi to Maxter.
Someone said, is Joe colourblind? Yes. Severely so. I am slightly concerned.
He's not. Is he 7'1"?
No,
he's not 7'1".
He's not 7'1".
He's not 7'1".
He's like 6'7". We'd know if he was 7'1". How tall is Vestergaard? He ain't 7'1", is he? It'd be funny if he was though, but he ain't. So we don't need to worry about it.
Who is the tallest footballer?
He's 199 centimeters, which I think is like 6'7", 6'8".
He's a big fella, so he is.
Yeah. 6 foot. No, but that's 6.5 feet, isn't it? So
it's
what's
just
that?
nonsense,
6'7".
isn't it? Yeah.
6'7", I think he is. Minute silence being held from Diego Maradona at the ground at the moment. You a big fan of Maradona? A little bit before your time, maybe.
I like wild people, so he definitely fits into that category. Hell of a player.
I actually, when I was stewarding at Old Trafford, he was in a box on the north stand, Sir Alex Ferguson stand, and he was getting mobbed. So I looked, I couldn't believe it, and I just like nodded to him. Now, being honest, people can. This happened. You okay?
He's run off. Go on. So
I nodded to him, and he sort of smiled. He was like waving to the crowd, like, I don't give a shit what he thinks.
So you had a little heart to heart with Maradona.
Yeah, sorry, I don't give a shit.
Hey,
How was it my personal experience?
He's giving you some great memories there. I don't know what's up with Steve. He's having a moment. But yeah, United about to kick off. I'm slightly concerned.
I know. Was it me?
I don't know. I actually don't know what's happened there.
Oh, he's got a joke, right?
I don't know what's happened. But Theo Walcott, the greatest winger.
Oh, fuck, it wasn't me.
We've been led to believe that Theo Walcott is the greatest winger in the Premier League over the last week. Are you worried?
Says who?
Says everyone on Twitter. Oh, look at all the players they've got. They've got Shea Adams, James Ward-Prowse,
Was it a
Theo
joke?
Walcott.
Yeah, it was a joke.
It was a joke, right? I forgot it wasn't me.
Acting as though they've got this world-class team. Like, are we that bothered about Southampton? You are. You're a bit. You like them, don't you?
I think. I think they're a good unit. They've got things that can hurt us. Like I said, I don't expect them to wallop us, but we could easily lose today.
The game's kicked off, by the way. 30 seconds in now. Southampton on the front foot to start with, but
shut up.
That's Steve. You can hear breathing into the mic there, like Darth Vader.
Aye, rest in peace, Darth.
The actor, not the character. The
Green Cross Code man from the 80s.
Okay, I'm just getting up to speed on exactly what happened to Stephen there, and it was worth him not saying. So yeah, well done, Stephen. There's a question in the chat about merchandise going to Australia.
Yeah, you get it for Christmas next year, though, probably.
Yeah, exactly. we do take orders to Australia. We do take orders pretty much most places, but you have to order it very soon if you want to get it there before Christmas, because obviously the shipping, the delivery, that sort of thing is going to take a lot longer if it's going to Australia. But yeah, we do ship to Australia. Tellers started his last 2 Premier League games for United.
I know.
In your head, you're I wouldn't say the biggest Luke Shaw fan, but certainly he's one of your favourite players. Even though you love Luke Shaw so much, Steve, Do you still think Tellez has been better than him? He loves Luke Shaw. He loves it. It's him. Do you know when you do those things like, oh, you can have 5 people around for dinner? Steve goes, Luke Shaw and Ashley Young.
Can't have Luke Shaw
sorted.
around for dinner.
It's a buffet. Don't worry. But do you think Tellez this is him now? This is our left back, Alex Tellez?
Tellez is infinitely better than Luke Shaw.
Infinitely better. Luke Shaw got 2 assists in 2 games. I ain't seen Tellez do that for Man United.
What?
He has, though. Are you a fan of Luke Shaw, Andy?
I think he's all right.
Yeah. That is it, though, isn't it? He's been here, 5 years? He has been all right.
He's been okay. He's not been bad. He's not been good. He's just been all right.
Yeah.
Has he, though?
Do you think he's lost as many games, Steve? Honestly. I know that it shouldn't be about how many games you lose.
All right, well, that's also a false equivalency as well. How many games have we, let alone have we lost, but have we not won because of his just sheer lack of attacking prowess? And you go, oh, he got 2 assists this week, so what did he fucking do?
Yeah.
There's so many times when he just gets to the spot where Tellez is now and goes, nah.
And instead, Tellez whips it in. The ball bounces back to Rashford. So I almost, go on. Because you just said that, then I was thinking, Tellez ain't going to shoot it, ain't going to cross it here. But Tellez just crosses it every single time, doesn't he? Does it worry you, though, that for the last 18 months you've been calling Alexander Arnold a spam merchant, and now we've got one in our team and you have to find a way to like it?
Nope. Not only that, because also if you actually break down Trent's from open play, his success rate's dog shit.
Right.
But I'll mitigate it with this. From set pieces, he's fucking scarily accurate.
But he puts in 1,000 crosses a game, so you're probably going to get 15 assists in the season. But if Tellez does the same thing, I don't mind it, to be honest. We need more chances to be created.
Not just that, Tellez does score goals. All right, he's not scored for United, but he does score goals. He also gets he goes round people as well. There's more to his game than just fucking cross and inshallah.
Yeah, I do think he's good, Tellez, but he's definitely one who gets the ball and puts it in the box. Luke Shaw's got 13 assists in his entire United career, apparently, which is averaging about what, 2 a season.
He's not scored yet, has he? Never scored.
Once, hasn't
he? Yeah, he got 1. It was not Sheffield. That was Brandon, wasn't it? I knew a left back scored, but yeah, he's not a big assist guy, is he, Luke Shaw? But luckily, he's world class defensively, isn't that right, Steve? That's what people act like. I love that with Luke Shaw. Because he's so bad going forward, people act as though he's great defensively. He didn't. He's all right defensively, but...
Look, you think he's great defensive? Go and watch that Spurs game and tell me you didn't want to headbutt a spike.
Yeah, it was pretty rough. Luke Shaw averages 1 goal involvement every 10 games for United.
There was a reason why Maguire was trying to rock bottom him in the box.
Because he didn't trust him.
He's in the fucking wrong way. Move.
Yeah.
And even, you've seen that footage from behind the scenes, haven't you? Where he's like, Luke. Basically calls him a fat cunt.
He doesn't say that, but...
It was in his head.
Yeah.
Luke used the force, fucking take him down, but he never did.
It doesn't. If the problem isn't being a spam merchant, it's when people pretend he's the best player in the league because of it.
Derby. It's Derby County, Luke Shaw's goal. Derby County in the FA Cup.
Yeah, talking about Trent there. It's people saying, oh, he's the best right back in the world. Is he?
He's not even the best English right back.
No, Wan-Bissaka, isn't it?
No, it is probably
Kyle Walker,
James, to be honest.
Do you think? Oh, piss off!
If Joe Shea,
you love coming up with the not obvious answer to stuff like that.
What do you mean?
Reece James. He's had 1 season in the first team. Reece James ain't the best right back in England. Says who?
Well, how
many times right, here's my first question. How many times have you watched Reece James play? 4?
There's 4 of us in the room.
Yeah, go!
Mason!
Behind the camera, there's 4 people.
Right,
One of them doesn't have a fucking pot of glue at his, so let's not ask Callum, right? But Ronaldo, Alex, and Cam all went, Reece James is the best right back.
Great play.
I know that they said that.
Okay,
Cam
so
don't count
who do you think the best right back is?
Cam don't count because he's a Chelsea fan, and he never even watches Chelsea play, so how would he know? Alex don't count because he never watches Chelsea. You don't count because you never watch Chelsea. I think the best English right back is Aaron Wan-Bissaka. And I can say that because I see him play every week.
It's not Aaron Wan-Bissaka because he can't cross his legs, let alone a fucking ball, right?
How dare you?
It's not Trent Alexander-Arnold, because all he does is cross it and he doesn't know how to defend for shit. And when Liverpool come up against a dodgy team, they put Milner at right back because
that's true.
They need someone to defend, right? When Reece James does both. And I don't know if he's as good as Trent with his crossing, but he's pretty good. And I don't think he's as good as Wan-Bissaka defending, but he's pretty good. And he's also absolutely rapid and he's got good positioning. Like, Kyle Walker's...
I was going to say, so why is he better than Kyle Walker then?
Because he's better offensively and he's better defensively.
But I just don't think he is. I think he's good.
Cool.
Yeah, I don't know.
Penalty!
That's probably a penalty.
No.
Can we get a VAR check, please?
Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying Reece James is shit. But I just don't think anyone in this office has seen him play enough to be saying he's the best English right back.
Do you know when we started watching him? When we had Nathan in here that was watching Wigan all the time, and he would absolutely...
No.
Yeah, he would go bananas about him, so we ended up having to watch him. What was that, 2-3 years ago? We was going on about him. Might be a penalty, fella.
Is that a penalty?
It might be a penalty, fella.
I can't even see
It might be a penalty, fella.
I can't even work out what I've seen
Are we
there.
getting a check? I don't think we're getting a check here.
Hey,
Hang
oh,
on. We are
hey,
zooming
oh.
in on a
No,
referee
no,
who's wearing
no.
a headpiece.
Hey, oh,
He's
hey,
given
oh.
the hang
Hey,
about.
oh.
I'm just
Hey,
getting me
oh.
a KFC order in. Let's have a look.
Is he checking it?
No, it's
Oh,
not
play on,
penalty.
you bastard. People saying Trippier deserves a shout. You'd have to shout because he got fucked off to Spain.
Yeah, again, Trippier. Yeah, Trippier is just like a shit berry version of fucking Trent. Can't defend.
Shit, Berry Trent.
Great free kicks. Again, great set pieces, great cross.
Sounds like a new flavour for Ben and Jerry's, that.
Have you ever heard of a man called...
Lamptey. Lamptey's got another... Lamptey's not a
Nathaniel
bad shout,
Klein.
but again, we definitely have to see more from Lamptey to see it. Lamptey's had a great start to this season, but... and also doing bits for that Brighton team, which are doing bits. It might be him, but I don't think you can say it is him yet. I think Reece James is above him.
Harry Maguire told off for being a naughty
England
boy.
will probably field 11 right backs.
Dennis Bilek saying James does neither defending or attacking. Same thing with Luke Shaw.
What?
As in, people think he's good at both because he's not very good at either.
All right, I totally disagree.
I like it. I just like people having to go at him. He's a good player. I'm only messing. I don't know.
You think some of these players like watch the Saturday matches, and if you're playing on the Sunday, they say that wasn't a penalty, but if they get a chance like that in their game, they'll scream for it.
Oh, of course,
you do. Yeah.
That's what Harry Maguire looks like. He's
screams
just
for
doing
everything.
then.
How many games has he played in his career for Chelsea?
Doesn't matter.
It does.
How many games has fucking Haaland played in his career so far? You wouldn't turn him down, would you? I think Haaland's played, right, on a serious note, I think Haaland's played about 23 Bundesliga games.
Yeah, but has Haaland not done a lot more than Reece James?
Find me how many games Haaland, but you just was like, how many games he played in his career?
Yeah,
Probably not as many
I
as him.
haven't used it against him yet. If it's very high, I won't say shit. I'm a turncoat and I'm a hypocrite, don't get me wrong. 3 goals, 5 assists in 48 games. I could have done that, Steve. More goals than Luke Shaw, in fairness. No, he's good. I know he's good. I'm only messing about. Yeah, he's a decent player. I think Kyle Walker's good.
Kyle Walker's decent, but I don't think he's the answer.
Kyle Walker-Peters, now we're talking about a player.
England actually could field 11 right backs, you know.
Yeah.
No, they wouldn't be very good, but
No, it would be
it'd
shit.
be a bit
It's technically
lopsided,
possible.
like, but you know.
Well done. Go on, Donny.
Played Don.
Is that a good ball? That is a good ball. Take it.
Oh, 20, he's actually 23 games and 23 goals.
Yeah.
And 5 assists. He's mental, isn't he?
He's pretty good, isn't he, Haaland?
23 games is all he's played in that. He's played 126 career games. Jesus. No, he's not though, because I think he got 18 in them 16 games for Bern, which aren't on the list for some reason.
Yeah, he's good. He's one of your goal a game strikers, isn't he? He's the next one of that on that list now.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he is that list. To
Yeah.
be fair, if you go on his Wikipedia and see what he scored for Bern, I think it was 18 in 16 or something like that.
Good tackle, Donny.
So
Yeah.
he scored about 100 goals in 126 games as a pro, and I think his debut was 17, or 16 for Bern. He's all right. He is.
United just getting a foot on the ball a little bit more now.
Scroll it.
Yeah, Donny with a nice little tackle before. Tell us.
There was 18 and 14 in the Rezzers. I think the Rezzies play. I think they're like a B team.
Ah, come on.
They play in a league. I don't know how good that league is though.
Tell us. United just passing it around the back a bit. I think they're trying to get a little bit of possession underway, aren't they? Rather than allowing it to be a back and forth.
A patient game today.
Tellez loves that.
What a ball!
He just loves passing. That's United throwing.
Play, lads.
People say no width. Yeah, that is a potential worry. Obviously,
that's an issue with the old diamond, and something that we were really good at against Istanbul was having width.
Yeah, Rashford.
He's wearing a shoulder brace.
Rashford is.
You not see that then when he lifted his shirt up?
No.
He had one of them like neoprene, because I thought it was the sports science things, but it was neoprene, which I think means he's probably wearing one of them shoulder braces.
Has he got a shoulder problem?
Yeah, that's what he missed England for. And not 100% sure it's right now. But
Mason looks
Mason
a little
flying
bit
into tackles.
He looks a bit rusty, doesn't he, so far, Mason? That one where he was, 10 yards out? It was a tight angle, but you'd hope he'd find the target.
Yeah.
And then just a couple of I'm not worried. You know. Oh, come on, Rev. That's a booking, that.
Who is that? That's just gone down.
Come on.
Romeo on Bruno there. That's a heavy challenge, that. That's a heavy challenge.
He actually really looks at. He's signalling to the bench here.
He is.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
Dirty.
Fucking dickhead.
Dirty bastard.
We'll see that.
Romeo looks like he works a door outside of Wetherspoons, doesn't he? Has he nailed him here? Oh, has he?
Stands on his foot.
As if he's pointing at the ball. He stands on his foot, boots his shin, and points at the ball. He actually
Is
does
he
get the
booked him
ball.
there?
But he stands on his foot first.
He stands on his foot first. It's still I think that should be at least a free kick, maybe a yellow.
What do you reckon the man bun percentage in the Premier League is at the minute?
I think it's gone down a little bit since 2015.
Yeah, I reckon it's higher since Leeds came back.
Yeah, definitely. They've popped it.
Leeds'
back
recruiting policy is, does he have a man bun?
Yeah. If
Get
not,
him.
is
Get
it
him.
long enough where he could shave the sides and have a little man bun? If he had to.
What?
He did, yeah. I never had the shaved sides.
Joe's
that style.
abandoned the man bun. Joe was a better presenter with a man bun.
That's true, actually. I got rid of it and everything went.
Yep, I went to shit. Not had a man bun since. Did you lose it in Australia?
No, I had it in Australia. It was too hot to have my hair down in Australia. It's like wearing a scarf built in, isn't it? You can't have that in Australia. It's too hot.
I think when people call you Neil out the young ones, it cracks me up.
Peace, man.
I don't think he's coming off, is he, Bruno?
He's not got his shoe on, though, has he? There. He's literally just got his toes in his shoe. That's that I'm going doing the bins.
Yeah,
sort of.
I'm going to pick up a takeaway from the front door. That going down the lift in the flat.
Oh.
Playing with 10 men at the minute, United. While Bruno puts his shoe back on.
Bink.
Hold on. Wan-Bissaka's playing left back.
Oh.
Well done, Matic. Keep the ball. Keep the ball.
He's very good at that.
He is. He's.
Play Donny.
Yeah.
Play
Oh,
lad.
Donny and-
Look
oh,
at
look at
Massive.
Oh, he megged him. Come on.
This
is lovely stuff. He's no fucker in the box.
You're on your side, lad. You're on your side.
Make him
Help
foul
him.
you. Make him foul you.
Why is there no one there?
Play, lad.
He's
up again.
Matic and
Where's
Van de Beek
Mason?
playing the ball out there.
Mason texting.
I don't know. Mason was nowhere to be seen. And he
He's
had
like,
long
hey,
enough.
we're going in the box. Do you want to go and get in the mixer?
Yeah.
He's
Matic
like,
and
nah.
Bruno, Matic and Donny there. That was lovely.
Andre Barbosa, not necessarily a relation to Rocky, but no, that was also Balboa. So
Yeah, I thought you were going to say
never mind.
Edson.
Never mind. Andre Barbosa, welcome to the first team. If you'd like to potentially win a Shmiya Shmive and all sorts of other shit.
Full details coming out tomorrow on the
Basically,
pod.
12 days of absolutely belting giveaways from the lads. Right
Bruno!
there. Oh, shit, that was on target.
I thought that had gone in. I thought that was in. When the goalie fell on one knee. Yeah, me too. I thought the goalie had gone to one knee because he'd lost sight of it.
Oh my
he's
God.
so close.
Corner. Ooh.
That is so close, isn't it? That's a whisker in that.
People say Matic kicked Bruno in a warm-up. Well, you know.
Good.
That's what warm-ups are there for, isn't it?
Yeah, give a bit of bastard. I don't mind that. I do mind that. If he'd got injured, I'd have been fuming. But he's back on. Took some studs. Tellers with the corner.
Come on, yeah.
Come on.
Come on.
Got some big lads in there now. Matic, Maguire 24. Oh, another corner, I think.
Yeah.
Do you think that Andres Pereira and McTominay could have played out from the back the way Matic and Bruno just did?
I don't know.
Steve Dunt. That was nice to watch that one. That was two players who were good at doing that. Like Matic.
That was literally why. Well, I went for a double pivot, and I went with those two, and then a 3 and a 1. The reason I went with those two is those two are too comfortable getting pressed players.
Yeah.
And why I was like, maybe not for you today, Fred. But PSG was absolutely Fred's game.
Yeah. When you need that industry and they're just breaking stuff up.
Yeah.
But that was.
And even McTominay, Fred and McTominay against PSG, and these two today, that's really good utilisation of the squad.
And even Fred and McTominay against Everton, when it was a similar thing where it was like, we need to be a bit more hard-working, we need to graft here. I thought they were brilliant. I thought Fred against Everton was one of his best games for United.
That's what people are like, don't know, the Sky are literally replaying it here.
That's a booking. That should be a booking.
He did book him. That's what he's booked him for.
That's bad, that. That's a booking and a half.
Ward Pro's being booked. And did Romeo get booked for that one just then on Bruno?
I don't think he did.
Oh.
If he did, I didn't see the card.
That would have been handy if we had both of them midfield on yellows in 15 minutes.
Yeah. Because that was the Van der Beek one. It was late, but it also had that you've took the piss out of us a bit here. It had a bit extra on it, looked like to me.
Zahin's got a great point there. He says the only reason Bruno scored versus Istanbul is because he doesn't need to take corners now. I mean, Bruno's prowling in the box for corners is another upgrade. Bingo.
Yeah.
And we beat the first man, which we haven't done since the 90s.
Well, we beat him. He did get a glancing header on it, in fairness. Joel Morris with the super
chat. Who's down now? Who's that?
Is that Wan-Bissaka? Yeah.
Oh, this is getting
tasty. I think they've seen. They looked at what Arsenal did.
This is the third challenge.
Looked at what Brighton did
to us.
Minutes. Boot us.
Yeah.
If you boot them, you've got a chance. That's just shit.
That's just a body check.
That's a clear body check off the
definitely
ball. That's got to be a yellow card. United have started really well. Southampton are a dirty team, according to Joel Morris. Yeah, that's just what we're talking about there, isn't it? They're clearly trying to get stuck in us. They're trying to be physical. They're trying to do those fouls off the ball and hopefully don't get booked. But you got to be booking for that. Ward-Prowse did get booked, did he?
So there's a guy in the comments saying, stop swearing. Kids are watching. And then he says, limited vocabulary if you can't stop swearing. Fuck off, mate.
Okay.
We tick a box on here which says not made for kids. And your kids don't want to watch us. Put Dougie on and fuck off.
But if they do, then, hi kids.
Not the Krusty the Clown show.
He did get booked, Ward-Prowse there, which is good. Just a bit of space there. There's a man on there.
I think if Ollie's switched it up to this, it works. I think he needs a bit of credit in terms of the tactical prowess which he shows, because he's clearly done his own work on these today. We've nullified them so far. We're pushing them back. We're rattling them. We're making them come out and make fouls and get yellows. And the way there's been a yellow already and a couple of fouls which could have been yellows, I think that there's more yellows to come. Is that just boot straight out?
Yeah.
Oh, no,
it's
stay
not. Right. Straight out.
My two.
Someone coming and saying, my 2-year-old son just told me to F off. Thanks, Steve.
Well, good. If you start taking him to the match like a good dad, then he's going to learn other swear words, like C-bombs.
I don't need to worry about them.
Yeah. He's going to start singing about hanging Dalglish from the nearest fucking tree.
First 20 minutes, United have looked quite good, haven't they? Southampton just
We've
on
done
the ball
well.
now.
We've played
you remember
okay.
Max Ketley, welcome to the first team.
Yeah, I thought that it was going to be, well, I suppose last few minutes. Southampton
Kids crying now, thanks.
Put Dougie on.
Dougie is, you love him, don't you?
Dougie's top. Dougie's got a couple of nods and winks for the parents.
Southampton attacking.
Like, we know you're bored out your fucking mind watching this. There's a couple of little jokes that the kids aren't getting, but you are. Oh, again, they're playing out from the back there. Fantastic.
Oh,
Bruno linked up on the
on.
side there.
Unlucky.
United look like we can play out.
Yeah.
The stark contrast of watching Phil Jones get pressed against City is fantastic.
Yeah, it is. Even Maguire and Lindelof obviously are good on the ball.
Shit, Bruno.
How's it there, foul?
I did referees and jeez Louise.
What are you looking at? Look at that one. Kids talking about the 99 one. We're cutting us cut, thanks.
Can't believe what you've done.
Most pivotal moment in Sir Alex Ferguson's reign.
Most iconic football United shirt ever.
Yep.
Mark Ashman, welcome to the first team. Cheers, mate. They are just having a bit more of the ball now, Southampton, aren't they? But we need that counter-attack to be working properly.
Been putting the feelers out now and we're getting into it, aren't we?
Yeah. A couple of times we've been trying to bring the ball out and we've not really
Ward-Pro's
either had
very
any
good at
width
this.
or
This
got out
sort of free
quickly
kick
enough.
Ward-Pro's is very...
Away.
Ball in.
Away. Oh, no.
Fuck's sake. Southampton have scored.
Is that off?
1-0.
From a set piece.
Yeah.
Who got it?
Near post. I don't know who scored it.
Was it Slabface?
No, it wasn't.
No, it wasn't. It was Bednarek.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was off, Cam.
Ball near post. He
Four
wins
of
it.
them.
There's about 4 men around him. There was a game at Old Trafford where a very similar goal like that happened, where there's so many people around him and he still fucking wins it. It's Rashford's man.
Is that not a foul on Rashford?
He sneaks in.
Watch him pull Rashford by the arm. That's a foul. He pulls Rashford out of the way and then wins the header. That's a foul. But here's the thing, innit? Like, you play well. Everything's going to plan.
No.
It's given it, isn't it?
I think they've given it.
It's
Yeah, we
been
kicked
given.
off 1-0. Yeah, this is what we're saying. First 20 minutes look good. All they have to do
Concede a
is
shit goal.
that one thing straight away. The one thing we knew they'd score from if they were going to score. Set piece. Yeah, give it away. It's annoying how predictable it is,
That's the
isn't it?
nightmare with the lack of height that you have in the team, is that you have Rashford marking a centre half.
Shit, innit? People seeing this match has got 2-2 written all over it, where you sort of
2-1,
you
didn't it?
struggle to get back in, and then they get another equaliser. Fuck's sake. We started well as well. Now that we're just, United look shell-shocked here. Just sitting back. They've had like 3 minutes of being on top and they've got the goal. That's the problem. We're just so frail when it comes, like, mentally. It's just how we deal with this now because we can't have another Crystal Palace situation. It seemed like we got a lot better from set pieces as well after the start we had last season where we conceded them all the time.
Yeah.
It did seem like we turned a corner a little bit. But that was just shocking.
You've done him again.
Is that
there?
another one? Come on! Fuck's sake. Is that Ward-Prowse again? He's already on a booking. Fouling Van der Beek there. You could foul him 20 times and he wouldn't
Scroll
send
that
him
up
off
a
for them
second.
little
Let me
fouls.
see that. That's last. No, down. Stop. Apparently, Ollie can't coach his way out of a paper bag. Why is he in a paper bag, though?
And why did someone say, I'm going to put you in this paper bag, the only way you can get out is by coaching?
Or couching, naturally, as he said.
You got to couch your way
You're
out
going
of
to
this bag.
criticise, fuck his spell right, you tosser.
Good point, well made.
Good point, Andy. Come on. We need to react well to this, though. But 1-0's not the end of the world.
No, it's not. We've got goals in the team.
Dickhead.
It's just, again, set pieces are
Oh,
they're a
that
threat.
pass was better.
They're a threat at set pieces. It was literally the way around it.
Oh, Carl, thanks for the name. Thank you. Yeah, you won yourself.
Maybe take the comments off if people are getting upset. Oh, fuck's sake. I honestly didn't expect this. I knew that it was going to be a tough game. I knew that, we were going to have to play well to win, but I really did think we'd look good, we'd get a goal, and we wouldn't have to do this whole 1-0 down thing. Because these are the games where, next thing you know, 70 minutes have gone and it's still 1-0. And all of a sudden you're thinking, I'd take a draw here. If we don't concede another one. They're piling the pressure on now, Southampton. Deflection! Oh, hit the post.
Crumb.
Fucking hell. I'd have been a bit lucky if it had gone in, but it nearly did.
It's like United have just...
We've shit ourselves.
Yeah.
What do we do now? Next 10 minutes, we need to ride this out because if they get another goal, we'll be lucky to get a draw. We're not good enough to come back from 2-0 down. Yeah. We need to be positive, people saying there.
Hey up, carbon copper.
Another corner. from the same side as the goal.
Keep it out. Keep it out.
It's another foul. That.
Gone for the same one again, haven't they? There's a cluster of about 7 people at that near post, and they're just chucking it on that.
See ya. Dnipro.
Why have they got the pieces?
Yeah.
That was unbelievable from Dnipro then. Who is it? He stands up
Bruno.
here. Oh,
It's Bruno and Mason
Bruson.
trying to defend that right side.
That's last Bruno and Mason.
Goes around Tellers as well.
Great Bruson.
Another corner. Same side as well, I think. Look at that near post there. They've just crowded that out so much, haven't they?
Now they know the weakness.
Yeah.
United are desperate to shore it up.
It's a foul there. Come on, ref.
Tactical foul.
When's he going to start booking people for that? You're allowed to just click it, clip his heels on a counter attack to stop him breaking. It's fucking shit. It's Ward-Prowse. Is it Ward-Prowse again, or are they zooming in on him because he took the corners?
Very physical team.
Apparently we're getting smashed by Southampton. Smashed 1-0. Right.
Yeah.
It's mad though, that cluster of people at the near post from the corners there. There's literally hardly anyone else in the rest of the box, and there's about 9 people all at the front post. They're just chipping it there every single time, aren't they? What's going on here?
Not Dnipro.
Yeah. Fuck's sake. We look rattled here, don't we? Look how deep we're sitting now, look. Yeah, they'll come out a bit now. All of our players were
Cavani
within
not
about
on the
20
bench?
yards. Yeah, he is on the bench.
He's on the bench.
Go on then. Go on, Mason. Bruno.
What? Oh! What the fuck? Put it in the net, you dickheads! So, is it Mason shot first?
Mason shot.
Mason shoots. Keeper parries it to Bruno, and you're like, bursting in the net with this one, fucker. Right, so they play it back to the keeper. He just fucking passes it to Mason. Mason comes in, shoots. It falls to Bruno, and the keeper manages to make a second save, and the defence clears it.
It's not a bad shot by... Well, the Mason one straight at him. The Bruno one, he's put it in the corner. He just got there. He should have lifted it over him maybe, but fucking hell. Just a great save.
He made amends for his error, didn't he?
Yeah. Come on, lads.
And that was because Rashford pressed.
Yeah.
But again, maybe that's what we're trying to do, is trying to let their defence get up to the halfway line and then try and press them and get in behind them. And it worked then, but... I mean, you can't blame either of them for the shots.
It's just a ridiculous save. It just hits his very fingertips, doesn't it?
Yeah, you can say if he lifts
that
it,
Mason
if he
one
puts
straight
it
at the goal.
Yeah, Mason's better finisher than that. If he puts it in the corner, it's 1-1.
But Bruno, it puts it in the corner, he still saves it. Maybe he should have lifted it over him, gone the other side. But he doesn't do much wrong, really. It's just a great save.
Scroll down a bit.
A free kick there, edge of the box.
Fred gives away needless free kicks too often. Guy's got a point.
Hang on, does he even touch him then?
Yeah, he kicks to the back of his leg. There. Yeah, he trips him.
Yeah, World Pros here.
Goals from free kicks, all-time Premier League, Ward-Prowse 8. Well, that's not the top of the list. Is that just Southampton?
Yeah, for Southampton.
They need to make that a bit more clear on the stat. They've just got a Southampton flag in the top corner. It doesn't say it on there. It just says goals from free kicks all time.
To be fair, the commentator, we've got no sound, but the commentator probably says
that's true. I'm worried here then.
Well, pros can smack a free kick.
I know he can.
Defend
I've been slagging him off all week. I wasn't worried. I mean, I was worried. I know that we're not that good, but I just thought we'd be all right.
Just get away. Fucking hell, De Gea.
I was going to say it's basically a pen through.
Fuck off!
It's basically a pen through.
2-0. 2 free kicks conceded by De Gea in a week. Is he... What's up there? He's got his hands over his face. Has he hurt himself, or is he just upset that he hadn't saved it when it was fucking...
Oh, mate.
Is he just making it up?
Is it? And again, you go back to... What does Fred need to make that challenge?
No, of course he fucking don't. What's De Gea? It's a good free kick. Fred's covering the low one. It's right on the post.
It's an excellent free kick.
It was too far over. Wasn't it? De Gea was too far over.
I don't know. That's 2 he's caught behind the line this week, isn't it? 2 of them he's caught behind the line. I don't know whether that's his fault or what. I don't know the intricate details of ideal positioning from a goalkeeper from free kicks, but when you get into the ball about a foot too late, yeah, that one was right in the corner. In fairness,
Can't blame the defence for that.
no, you can blame Fred for giving the free kick away. 2 fucking set pieces. Fuck me. So predictable, isn't it? I can't see us winning this now, to be honest. This is going to be a let's try and hold the ball for a bit, get back into it, and let's hope for a draw.
You have to twist heavily. Cavani wants to be getting warmed up at half time.
Yeah.
I don't know whether that's for anyone in particular.
Cavani on now.
But you have to.
Yeah, I don't think
you have
Mason
to mix
or
it up
Rashford
now
have
because
looked
they're
great.
definitely going to sit in a low block second half.
They get third. The
I mean, they're going to be
done.
3-0 up before they get into the fucking low block. Fuck me.
Fuck off, De Gea.
Good job. He's got no first touch. Jesus.
De Gea parrying one out to Southampton player there. We're struggling here. De Gea's struggling. If he's struggling, get him off. We've got a good player on the bench. You don't need to be injured and playing. Parrying the ball out to their players. Fucking rattled here. He doesn't do much wrong. He gets it well wide of the post, but we're absolutely shitting ourselves here. If that was any higher...
Is he injured, though? Is he just putting
I
it
think
on?
he landed on the post a little bit from their goal, didn't he? Ross Murphy says we had good chances to take the
ankle
lead
dirty
and
now.
to have equalised. We've not taken them and we've paid for it. We do this.
We do very well to get a draw out of this now.
Yeah.
When you score the first goal in the first half, the chances of not losing are 80%.
Yeah.
When you score a second, it goes up to like 93%.
Yeah, we're going to have a...
The chances of you overcoming this now are monstrous. Yeah. You need some serious clangers there. But again, you got to look at, Mason puts either of the chances as a way out. It probably doesn't result in them going up the pitch and scoring them themselves.
No. He hits his knee on the post pretty hard
Right.
from the free kick.
Just like
That's the thing. We had 20 minutes.
Chelsea.
20 minutes, good possession, being on top, making some chances. They had 10 minutes, 2-0, 2 goals.
Sometimes it's all you need, isn't it?
I know. We've got to be more fucking clinical again. If Mason sticks that one in after 5 minutes or whatever it is, we'd probably win this. Rashford's on here. I think he was probably offside anyway, but it's headed away by...
Punk's been with United. When there's the carrot's dangled there for you to close the gap on the top 4, they just never take it.
No. Come on then. We've got a bit
We need one before half time.
Yeah, definitely.
You get one before half time, I do think you've got half a chance. That shot.
Might as well have been.
Fuck off, Alex.
I don't want to hear the excuses, man. I just want to see fight.
Fuck's sake.
It'd be a football
I want a nap.
fan, eh?
I need a nap. Need a nap. Wake up. 2-2. Fucking hell.
It's the hope that kills you. That's what it is.
Again, me and Ronaldo were saying before the game, we talk about these 2 games in hand like we've got a good chance of winning them both, but really, what makes us think that we're going to win both of them? And certainly not now.
Okay, Donna.
It's every football fan's right to be deluded about their own team.
I know.
Of course it is. Of course it is.
I still
Whether
think
you're bottom of the league or top of the league, you're entitled to.
I still think we'll win this game. We'll win this 3-2, 4-2.
We haven't got Robin Van Persie, have we?
No.
Do we want it?
They look more like scoring again than any of us, to be honest.
Well, the minute they're obviously we're rattled out.
Yeah. This has got to be the toughest bit as a manager when you sort of go in, what do I do to stop this now? Because if this is 3, then it's game over. 2-0, we're probably lost, or we're probably not going to get the win. But if they get another goal before half time,
well, this is the game.
We're done.
Stick or twist.
Yeah. What do you do? The annoying thing is, have they made a chance in open play yet? Except that 2 minutes ago where De Gea palmed it out. It's just so fucking predictable that it'd be set pieces.
Set pieces.
I know they're a part of the game, and there's still chances.
And that's what Southampton are very, very good at. I mean,
Yeah.
and Ward Pros especially very, very good at set pieces.
If you take the 2 set pieces out, the defence has been sound, hasn't it?
Yeah. There's the table as it stands.
No.
On the screen there, Southampton up to 3rd, if it stays as it is.
Goal difference wise, I think
Go on
they're
then,
a
go on
while
then.
off Tottenham since Tottenham snotted us and actually snotted Southampton too. So
Yeah.
I imagine goal difference wise are a little bit off.
Yeah. If it stays as it is, we'll go below Arsenal because of goal difference.
Oh, fuck's sake.
Ball over to Van der Beek.
Oh, did he try and cushion it down for Rashford and
fucking score, man?
Just nothing.
It's a good run and a good pass, but just trying to nod balls down in this 18-yard box like that.
Do you know what I'd probably do?
F-bombs in this.
I'd go with the team that I predicted at the start. I'd pull Fred off and save him for next week. And I put Cavani in. I go 4-2-3-1. Put Mark's on the left and Mason on the right wing. And try and get some balls up to Cavani and play off him as a base. Because at the minute it's a little bit lacking in that area of the pitch. I think Mason's quite wide still. I think he's not really fully used to being a centre forward, and he's not quite got the movement right. Went to yin and yang with Marcus. So bring Cavani on, let him sort of hold play up there, let them worry about us a little bit more, and see what happens. Because I think we're a little bit easy to defend at the moment for them.
Similar to what Marcus is saying there with the super chat, he said we need width. Either Cavani up top, Rashford and Greenwood wingers, or Rashford up top with James and Greenwood. Yeah, I think getting something out there so we can actually attack down the sides. At the minute it's all through the middle. Oh, shit.
And again, you actually, by having the width, you make it easier down the middle. Because they have to go and look at Marcus and Mason down wide areas, and they don't just narrow up and deny the space, and that's what they've done. If you looked at that sequence there, their entire back four was within the space of the 18-yard box. But if you've got players wide and outside the box, they have to pay attention to them.
Yeah, they can't not track them. Schooler, or Scowler, 1987. With the super chat, it says, I have red tinted goggles as United fan, but surely we're better than these. I don't mind us keeping Ole, but the coaching has to change.
Again, they're up to second in the league, though. Like, you can't just say, all right, on paper we've probably got the better 11, but football's rarely played on paper. It's often grass.
And they are going through a good time at the minute. On
and like if they win by enough goals today, they're up to second.
But not that that's some excuse where it's all right to lose to them, but. Yeah, it's not like this Southampton team is necessarily the same as the one, even the same team in 6 months' time, is it? We're playing them when they're at their best run of form in years.
You can tell Bruno gets it.
Yeah.
He gets it, what it means, and some players don't.
He's a leader, isn't he?
Yeah.
Someone saying the diamond, Andre, sorry, the diamond isn't the problem. We've played well and created chances. They've scored from 2 set pieces. Yeah, it's not. We've not struck.
Oh no!
Good tackle.
That post's on.
Tellez with a good tackle and a good block there, stopping an attack from Southampton. We have made chances. It's that same thing again.
What the fuck is he doing there?
Bruno. Same thing Ole was talking about the other day. We keep making chances and we keep missing too many chances. And in the West Brom game, it almost cost us. Luckily against Istanbul, it didn't. We weren't actually converting. But again today,
West Brom.
We had was it 18 shots, something.
But on target, though.
Yeah. But it's just today, we've had good chances and missed them.
It's quality in the Premier League, isn't it?
Yeah. Imagine like in football. Not beds. Yeah, I'd take Fred off for Cavani at half time. Mix up the shape a little bit and try and get a bit of width.
Mm. Yeah, we definitely need to stretch it out a bit. Everything through the middle, innit? And you rely on those tight, small, intricate passes to break your way through 2 banks of 4.
Bruno or Mason's chance goes in at 1-1, 1-0, and it becomes 1-1, and now you've got a different game and a different flavour. But 2-0's a rough one.
Yeah, it is. See, look at this. It's all very
nice.
Tight touches,
Passy.
Fucking hell.
Jesus.
Had to slide tackle his way out of that, didn't he, Wan-Bissaka?
Nah, he likes that, though.
He does. Teller's looking up down the line there. There's no one on.
Solskjaer going to drop some F-bombs at him.
There's something's going to happen, isn't it? If you want something to change.
You need to bring back chest punches in the changing rooms.
Look at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Southampton players in a block in between our midfield and attack, and we're trying to pass it through that or run through that.
Yeah, and if you go wide, if you look at where the fullback is, their left back now. Yeah. He's inside the D, which means there's 30 yards ahead of him, outside him. If you can get people into that space, he has to pay attention.
Go
on. Oh, what the hell?
What the
corner?
fuck?
Corner ball to United.
It's a corner.
Nice little touch from Rashford there around the corner, wasn't it? He was offside there. Tell us. This is a good touch. He does well there because it's almost like it looked like he was jogging and not that arsed about it. And then he just flicked it around the corner.
We need to get.
Yeah, get this stuck.
We need to get put this away.
Tell us with a corner.
Come on, the tell.
Come on,
back stick. I like it. Good area. The best area, actually. Go on, Fred. Oh, I got excited.
Fred.
And then I realised it was Fred. Never mind. He's going to score an absolute fucking Puskas Award-winning goal, isn't it?
There's a great pass.
Marcus inside. Shoots. It's not a foul. It won't be a foul.
Oh,
Walcott. Fouled by Fred.
Oh,
why is he pointing at the ball? Like he got the ball? You didn't get the ball, pal. That's a foul. It's not a penalty because it's outside the box, but that is a foul. That one.
Yeah. It's hard to see from that. There's 2 men in the middle, isn't there? Are you expecting any change at half time?
I'm not expecting any, but I'd like to see him make some. That'd show a bit of intent, wouldn't it?
I'll tell you what, if he doesn't make changes, it's not going to go well on his side, is it, for LA?
No. Last few minutes they've come back into it a little bit as Southampton have lost a bit of that fire they had before, but
all you need is 10 minutes. You can win a game in 10 minutes. You can lose the game in 10 minutes.
I know.
I mean, shot-wise, it's 4 shots for 4 shots, and we've had the 2 big chances. It doesn't tell the picture of the way the game's gone.
But
it's
this
just
seems to
that
happen too often, though, doesn't it? We need a way around that.
I think
where statistically
we either lost to these or beat these with a single shot on target, and then the other one, either us or them, I can't remember which way around it went, had like in 12. It's just the way it goes sometimes. Isn't it? You
But it seems that's the problem though with United at the minute. I know we beat West Brom. We just happened to get on the right side of that one. Same thing happened. There's multiple times this season, even the Istanbul game, where you're like, well, it was one lapse in concentration and one time they pressed us well, but
that's the margin. That's what I'm saying about
turning
Martial
it into those wins is massive, though, isn't it? Yeah,
you have
exactly.
them at 10 minutes, it can cost you.
I know, but it seems to cost us every 3 or 4 games. We're losing games we should be winning.
Get consistency going.
Yeah, like if you think about since Bruno came in, is it half time? There we'll go. Since Bruno came in, how many games have we lost where we were the worst team? The Chelsea game, probably the Sevilla game, the Palace game, probably. That's about
Spurs,
it, really. The Spurs game. But generally speaking, when we drop points, other than the Brighton game where we won and we shouldn't have done, it's these sorts of games where we have all the chances, we have loads of shots, we have decent possession, we lose the ball, they score, set piece, counter attack, whatever it may be. It's not us getting outplayed all the time. It's just shit like this every single time almost. It's so disappointing, isn't it? Because these are the ones where you think, I don't even know how to fix this. I don't even know what to be mad at. We knew they were good at set pieces. They're genuinely very good at set pieces.
And defensively, they're strong and they're difficult to break down. So what you have to do is you have to take a little bit more risk. You have to flood more people forward, because when you've seen us getting opportunities, it's been 1 and 2 people in the box. It's not been 5 and 6 people in the box. So I think you go more people push forward, more width, a little riskier, yes, because if I'm the Southampton boss, 2-0 up at half-time at home, I'm not saying, let's get a third, let's get a fourth, let's get a fifth. This is Manchester United. I'm expecting United to come at me, so I'm probably going to mitigate that and maybe go 4-5-1. So I think United can gamble a little bit, twist a little bit, and it's not even gambling a little bit. By having Matic and Van der Beek as the 2 number 6s, they're still looking forward, and they're still players that have got the ability to play out. But by putting on Cavani and by giving us a little bit more width, you create space by pulling that centre half and then pulling them fullbacks out a little bit, and that's where Bruno can get forward, and that's where you can find a bit of gaps in that final third, and that's what we've got to do. We've got to be brave, is what we've got to be. Be brave, try and go for it, and that's what we're going to see. If you're not brave, if you don't change the general shape of what we're doing at the moment, which, to be honest, I thought it's worked. Now, people are like, how's it work, Steve? We're 2-0 down. Well, why are we 2-0 down? We're not 2-0 down because the shape went tits up. We give away a stupid free kick, and it was a corner. And it was arguably a foul at the corner. It was a fucking foul at the corner. It didn't go. So I think we've got to be brave. You be brave. I think the system has more or less worked. We've created chances, and we've not been as tight as they have been in terms of dealing with those chances. But I think you switch it up, you go a little bit brave, and you try and attack them. Right, we've got Ronaldo and Alex. Let's see what they're saying.
Head over to towel.com and check out the Paddock merch. And for a short time, you can get 20% off orders with 2 items or more using the code Paddock20. Go get on it.
Yes, guys, welcome to half time. I'm here with Ronaldo. We're going to have a look through some of your comments, some of your tweets, and also have a bit more of a look at what happened in that first half, sorry. Ronaldo, that wasn't good, was it?
No, it was absolutely amazing.
To be fair, I think we played okay in that first half. I think created chances and things like that. But it's mistakes from set pieces, mistakes from conceding set pieces to a team that have got someone like Ward-Prowse in, is mistakes that you can't be making at this level. You can't give these players that kind of chance. And it's cost us, giving away the corner is giving away a corner, but giving away a daft free kick like that changes the game. Going in at 1-0, you're looking at still winning the game, but now 2-0 down. What's your thoughts going into the second half?
Basically, what's worried me the most about that half was the fact that you said, we played well, you can kind of sugarcoat it as much as you like, but I felt like the past, that was literally in bits and pieces, or the first 15 minutes, and then literally after that we got roughed up a little bit. A couple of late challenges by Southampton players. They were aggressive, they were energetic, and I feel like we crumbled under it, and that worries me the most, because it's alright saying that we had a couple of chances and we showed bits and pieces, but what it looked to me is that players folded under the fact that the Southampton were all over us a little bit, and when the fouls started to come in, a little tactical fouls and a little nicks, and I feel like nobody's kind of stood up and fought back. It was kind of like we just kind of went into our shell a little bit, which is...
That's the bad thing. I think there's been a lot of talk about United saying we've lacked leaders, and I think people think that means we lack talkers and things like that, but what I see a lot in United is we lack players that, when things are going bad, want the ball. They don't... It seems like Bruno's one of them that not... I mean, Bruno's the example of someone that does that. He wants the ball, he does the talking, but it's the whole point of, when things were going bad there, when there was tackles going in, when you didn't really want the ball, you have to just show for it. You have to be someone that does that. And I think there's a lot of United players that kind of hide away. A lot of very, very good United players that hide away when that becomes the case. And yeah, I mean, the naivety to give away those fouls, especially when... I mean, you must have prepped all this week going, look, you got Ward-Prowse, no daft fouls inside 20, inside 30 yards out, because his delivery is going to be very good, whether they're going to get on the end of it or not, and also he can do what he did in that first half. Now, going on to that, the second goal was the free kick. De Gea looked to bang his knee. He was limping coming off. Do you reckon there'll be a change at half-time, do you reckon you could see Henderson coming on?
Possibly, but that's just one more substitute less than we can use to actually change the game, because obviously a keeper's not going to make massive change to what being 2-0 down, is it?
Yeah.
Obviously, we're going to want to make changes in attacking positions to obviously get back in it somehow, but even when you're looking at the bench and you're looking at Cavani, possibly the only one that can really change things. Obviously, we don't have Martial today, we don't have a Pogba, we don't have anyone overly creative on the bench. It looks like we might have to do mostly with what we've got.
Yeah, you've got Mata and Dan James are your probably only other attacking options, and I don't think I think Dan James may have got into this game, you know, if it had a stretch, but at this moment in time, they're going to sit deeper and deeper, and that's not a game for Dan James. And then the physicality of this game, is this a game for Juan Mata? I don't really see that. You're right about Cavani. I think he's the one that needs to come on at half-time. I think he's one that needs to change it. Now, we've had the diamond in the first half. I saw that, and when this got announced, I was like, I'm quite happy with that. How do you think things have worked? And I think the big thing is the lack of width, or even sometimes how far apart the two centre-forwards are. You know, whilst they're playing in a two, we've lacked width because they've not kind of gone out there and occupied the spaces, but at the same time, they've not really connected. Because you're kind of expecting, you know, if we don't have the width of those players, then maybe they're going to be together, maybe they're going to get a few patterns, but none of those two things have happened. What do you make of the diamond, and what do you make of the front two of Rashford and Greenwood so far?
I don't think the diamond's worked at all.
No?
I think we've been too narrow, too predictable. I think we played into Southampton's hands. I think wide areas is probably one of the positions that we can hurt them the most. And from what I've seen, it just seems as though we've been trying to kind of force things through the middle, but that's where our players are, because that's where we are positionally. Because it's a diamond, and it's playing into because you've got the likes of Romeu in the midfield for them and destroyers like that, and that's what he wants. Because he's basically going around hacking everyone. He's basically everywhere. And we're playing into their hands because I think that's what they want us to do. They want us to attack them through the middle. And obviously you've got Wan-Bissaka, who's not great going forward. I've said it time and time again. And obviously Tellez, he's put a few crosses in, but then again, who are the crosses going to go to? Because we haven't got that much of an aerial threat. And I think it needs to change at half-time, really.
Yeah, so do I. I think Cavani coming on, I think it adds another dimension. I mean, you look at the second goal for United scored in midweek. Whilst it wasn't Cavani getting on the end of a Tellez cross, just Cavani being in there, just another option to be, force the keeper into a mistake, force that to happen. We've got here, Henderson is currently warming up at half-time. Doesn't look good for David De Gea. He's banged his knee. Now, going on to David De Gea a little bit, that's 2 free kicks this week that he's conceded. Do you think that was his fault? Do you think that was just a quality free kick? What do you think? What do you make of that?
I think they're very harsh. Both free kicks weren't his fault.
No.
Sometimes you've got to look before that. Surely you've got to go into that game with the game plan of thinking Ward-Prowse, probably one of the best set-piece takers in Europe. And then you're probably gone into that thinking, don't give any daft free kicks away outside the box in the final third. Literally, as soon as we gave it away, everyone was like,
this is going to be a goal.
This is going to be a goal. It's basically a pen for him. And then, lo and behold, he puts it in the corner and then 2-0 down.
Yeah, there's a couple of comments. A lot of people saying Cavani on at half-time. A few comments coming in saying that they'd take Rashford out. I don't think he's had the best of games, but at this moment in time, with Martial injured, with no Pogba and things like that, with our lack of attacking options, do you think? I don't think you can take Rashford out of that team, can you? There's no one else. There was no one else to bring on. Whilst yes, he's had a bad game today. I think this all kind of comes down to the lack of squad depth. You know, we're missing one striker today. We're missing one forward today.
We're missing basically a creative midfielder.
Yeah.
And one of our more important attackers in Martial. Obviously, he's not been playing well at all this season, but he's still got the ability to kind of do something in a game like this.
And not just that, losing 2 players like that makes our squad look very, very thin straight away. Very thin straight away.
What is also the issue, obviously, people are talking about Bruno and he's kind of been wasteful, which I agree. But this is the issue with, it always looks like Bruno's not on the same wavelength as a lot of the players. And what happens is he seems to get more frustrated than anyone else. I feel like a frustrated Bruno ends up being a very wasteful one. So he has been wasteful because what happens is, I think he takes on too much responsibility of feeling like he needs to score, he needs to assist, he needs to make stuff happen. Yeah. And it's one of those where he basically gets frustrated and then he starts to force it. He almost tries too hard and it ends up shooting us in the foot. But
It does, and I think it's one of those, he needs to keep trying it because we are lacking those creative players today. We've got Donny. Donny's been on the pitch as well. What did you make of him? You know, everyone's been crying out for him to be on the pitch. Do you think that that's the right system? Do you think we've looked, you know, switching systems? Do you think that we'd have been better maybe just sticking with the 4-2-3-1 and having to sacrifice someone like Donny today?
Do you know what? I think Donny van der Beek had a decent start, but then he kind of faded out of it towards the end. But I think that could go for a lot of players. There's a couple of chances that we had could have changed the game completely. Greenwood, if he scores earlier on, that's a different game. If Bruno puts that away, incredible save by the keeper, he should finish it. It's a different game. And I was looking back on it like, it's just if buts and maybes really. But we've got a big second half ahead.
Yeah, this is the big thing with having the 2 chances missed. It's been, you know, those 2 chances. Greenwood scores when he goes through, open goal really. Just one poor touch meant that he kind of narrowed the angle down for himself. And then the Bruno chance, which you'd expect him to tuck away. And for as much as you can blame him a little bit, it was a quality save by the keeper. We've got some match stats. Both teams with 4 shots. United with 2 on target, 3 on target for Southampton. Possession 52-48. Pass accuracy is exactly the same, 77%. United created 2 clear chances with Southampton creating no clear chances in the first half. Yellow cards was a big thing because do you think that there was a chance that maybe Southampton could have picked up a couple more bookings earlier on? Because I think Romeo, I can never say his name. Romeo got away one, I think it was on Bruno. He probably could have been booked for that. And Ward-Prowse had a couple after he got booked where if you'd have been given a second yellow, you could have said he deserved that.
No, but it's down to the referee though to kind of clamp down on that early, and I think the refs let things go early on, and then he's kind of set the kind of narrative for the rest of the game, and that's basically why you've seen so many challenges from Southampton players go unpunished. You've seen Ward-Prowse with a late one on Donny. You've seen Romeo late on Bruno. There's been a few late challenges by him. And they're getting away with that because they're not getting booked, they're not getting punished, and we're getting bullied. Simple as.
I mean, looking at that, you know, creating the 2 clear chances with Southampton not creating any, it seems to be a pattern for United. I've seen this. I've sat here a lot. I think with you as well, saying United have created more chances, created more clear chances. We've just not taken them, and it's starting to get a bit frustrating as United fans.
No, it is. You're looking at it thinking, what is the way back? Obviously, 2-0 is a dangerous scoreline. If we get a goal early, then anything's on it. Obviously, it might be out of it for us to win, but we can definitely still salvage something from the game. So we've still got to think positively.
There's a few comments in there saying that Dean Henderson is coming on. Looks like David De Gea won't make the half, which again makes things more difficult, especially in these kind of games especially in this game right now, where we need to add some more attacking threats onto there. And me and Steve mentioned in the team news that it's the kind of game you want to maybe rest some players if you'd have got a comfortable lead we were talking about, especially with Paris Saint-Germain in the week. We're not going to be able to do that now. And especially also that's not to say wasting another sub, but having a sub where having to change your keeper is one that you don't need. It's going to make things more difficult going on the week. Before you answer that, sorry mate, Emmanuel in the chat saying it's too narrow, we need more width, and I agree with that. I think Cavani comes on and changes that, pushing the 2 out wide. But what'd you rate to... It's not going to have a chance to rest any players today. Do you think this is not just going to affect today, but potentially the games coming up and the games in midweek?
Well, it can affect us in many ways because it's just all about momentum. Because obviously we've had a couple of decent results, and obviously we want to build on the back of them. And it's one of them. It's always 2 steps forward and then 3 steps back, and it's just the inconsistencies that us United fans have been having to deal with for so long, and it's draining. That's all it is.
According to Sky Sports, Dean Henderson is coming on at half-time, and Cavani looks to have been given instructions. So I'm guessing what they're probably going to do is leave it for 10 minutes, see if we can nick a goal in that time, and then do it, then change Cavani in. But I'm going to pass you back over to the lads for the Watchalong. Before I send them over, what do you reckon? Final score prediction?
2-2.
2-2. Ronaldo says, hand you back over now to Steve, Andy and Joe Smith. Cheers, guys.
Right.
Dean Henderson's coming on.
If you heard Andy not so subtly whispering that while the mics were live. So Dean Henderson coming on. Obviously, there is an issue with David De Gea. It looked like he might have banged his knee on the post. We'll see how it goes. So Dean Henderson, is his Premier League debut for United then?
As far as I can think, it
Yeah,
is.
I think it is. I don't remember him having any other.
Have to check that.
Joe was just showing me the average position there. United players, as you would expect, nothing right hand side. Cavani is coming on.
Yeah, I'm
So
surprised by that. I'm not disappointed, but I
please be
didn't think
Fred.
it'd happen.
If it's Fred, then I know what we're doing. If it's not, I don't have a fucking
it's
clue.
Greenwood, then
if
you're
it's
like,
Greenwood,
what's
you're
going
like, okay.
Just switching his boots out.
How are you not ready for that? I don't understand that. If you're going on, you're told to go.
I don't know, maybe he's gone out and he's gone. It's a bit wetter than he thought. Maybe or something like that.
Some bigger studs on, yeah. The other ones had like a short black stud. These have got a longer silver stud, I think. Great analysis there. He's gone for the soft ground studs, boys.
Studs.
You know your football?
Mate, I do.
No, he knows his studs.
I know me studders.
He knows
I
his
know me
studs.
cladding. Me studs.
Right,
me
so
rivets.
Bruno's there, so it's not Bruno he's come on for, and it is Mason. Fuck's sake. Right, now what does that mean? What does that mean? It does look like a midfield free.
Yeah, but
I don't know how that's going to work.
That's a foul there, ref.
I don't know how that works. He's not even on the pitch yet, and the game is off. Tying my shoelaces.
That's shit, isn't it? Have we just decided on that 2 seconds ago that he's going to be coming on?
Right. Hang on, Bruno was here on this right hand side. We're not playing Bruno right wing, are we?
No, well Rashford's here now.
No, but Bruno was proper right hand side.
Maybe Bruno on the left, Rashford on the right, with Donny in the middle, Piggy in the middle.
There you go, Fred to Bruno.
Put it
and
behind
he's put
him.
It, no.
Fucking hell. Too many of those passes going behind people. Well done, good industry by
Yeah, but what's
by
the three?
Cavani. Looks, Van der Beek is clearly further pushed up now.
Right.
So I think we're going with Bruno on the left,
It's,
Van der Beek in the middle.
It's just vibes, I think.
Yeah, fuck it, lads, vibe
Just
it out.
vibes, lads. We're just going to vibe our way through the second half.
Yeah.
See what happens.
Yeah, it looks as though it's Rashford on the right, Bruno on the left, and Donny through the middle. Clearly, straight away,
Well
Van der Beek
offside.
is further forward than he was in
Marcus,
the first half.
Is Bruno on the left?
So far, he has been. Who knows? Give it 5 minutes and we'll sort it out properly. But it looks to me as though it's going to be certainly Donny is further forward than he was in the first half. I don't think there's any doubt about that.
God, good job that got a ricochet then.
But you wanted to see some change at half time today. Not quite what you predicted. Greenwood was pretty poor first half.
If we're looking for a little bit more width, which is definitely what we need, then
Yeah.
we might be going for that. I think Southampton are probably, very much expect Southampton not to support their own attacks in this first half, in this first 10, 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Very much just let whoever's on the ball be on the ball and, oh my God. They've just switched it inside the box.
Good claim by
Well
Henderson there.
Well held.
Walcott on the right hand side there, ball going out to him, playing it across, and Henderson sort of collected it quite nicely. But yeah, hopefully they sort of, well, I say hopefully, if they sit back and do us on the counter attack, that's not much better either, is it? To be honest.
Nope.
But
pick us up.
You got to get a goal before the hour.
Yeah.
And then you've got half a chance of winning it. If you don't get a goal before the hour,
it's a draw or nothing.
I mean, yeah, if you're not,
You can
if
get
you've
two
not
goals
got
in
on
10 minutes at any time.
You can,
Get
but
two
if you've
goals
not
in
got
5
one,
minutes.
if you've not got one by the 80th, it's looking very, very,
Yes.
very, very unlikely.
And if we want a chance of winning, it's got to be.
Yeah, you've got to score now. Make them get rattled a little bit. You can
Yeah.
pour the pressure on, get another 10 minutes or so, and then scramble it out for the last 5 or 10 minutes.
If
That'd be
anyone's,
happy days.
anyone's rattled, it's us still.
I know.
Bit of confidence from Dean Henderson playing out there with his feet. I think De Gea would have just twatted it.
Yeah.
Wan-Bissaka caught in possession now. Dinipro's had a very bright game today.
Yeah. Still fucking scrappy, chipping little nothing balls up in the air, trying to lob people this way, that way. We look a bit, I don't know, just lightweight at the minute. Like we're trying to be a bit tricky and play it through, and good footballers, but all they've done is put a few heavy tackles in, chip the ball in the box, and win. Like they've just kept it simple. Good tackle there, Tellez. Well, they've started well though, haven't they? This second half, Southampton carried on where they left off. Are you surprised Greenwood went off?
Not really surprised, but a little disappointed maybe because I think having Greenwood on the pitch, he's always a threat for a goal. Always a threat for a goal, even when he's out of form. You know, there was so many times. You know, what did he score last year? Was it 20 goals he ended up with, or just under 20 goals?
17, I think. Yeah, 18.
So in all of those games, it's pretty ordinary. If we're being honest with ourselves, there was maybe 2 or 3 games where you're like, "Wow, Mason's on it today." A lot of those games, he wasn't playing fantastic. He was relatively quiet, and then he needs 1 second, 1 touch, 1 shot, you know, and he pulls a goal out. So I think that's always
United on it. Remember last season?
Yeah.
No, he's always a threat for a goal. So
for some of it, I think his positioning was poor though. There was times when we were counter-attacking, and there's one time especially when we played it out from the back with Matic and Donny, and then Rashford was going down the left-hand side, and Mason was nowhere near the penalty box. I think that's more. It's less obviously whenever he's got the ball, he could score you a goal. But if he's not in the right positions time and time again, you think, well, what's the point in playing the system if we aren't doing it properly? So I can see why, but you do think he might just get the ball, knock it past someone and score. But I suppose you've got to go with the system if that's what you're playing.
Yeah.
Daniel Augustus in the comments says, Mason's the only player to register shots on target and he comes off. Help me understand this decision. Bruno got a shot on target, didn't he?
Yeah, I saw it.
Maybe he's the only one with multiple shots on target, but
again, you know, he also should have probably scored from at least one of those.
Yeah.
That's what the XG was saying for those.
Yeah. The first one he hit straight down the goal is the thing, didn't it? And the fact, well, he put the one wide. The first chance he had went wide of the post. The second one went straight at the goalkeeper. They're on top though again, starting the second half. I thought we might have the ball coming out, trying to look a bit more exciting, but
a bit more urgency. You know what I mean? It's just the same tempo from the first half, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, it's carrying on where we left off, really, isn't it? Rather than United looking a bit more.
Like the confidence, as soon as they let in them goals, the confidence will gone.
Well done, Lindelof there, fucking hell. Playing balls around tellers.
Just Alex playing battleships in the background.
It's no better, really, is it, this?
No.
We need to fucking sort something out. Cavani even touched the ball yet? He brought the ball back from 40 yards out and made a short pass. Well done, Donny. Good defending there. Oh,
he's got to be off. He's got to be off.
Play across.
Fuck off, Rashford. Honest to God.
Cavani's there, man. Cavani's there. He probably was offside.
He was offside. I think the commentators just said he would have been flagged offside anyway. This is bullshit why they don't call these things.
Yeah, but you still got to stick it in.
Yeah, he does, yeah.
And you still lose a little bit of confidence when you're in that position and you miss. Regardless of whether he's offside. So what point does this change now? If we tackle them and score...
XG is 0.29 Southampton, 0.91 United.
Yeah.
Rashford should have betted that.
But I suppose with that XG stuff, that Mason and Bruno both get added onto that. Whereas if Mason would have scored, you never would have got the Bruno one.
Yeah, true. But the Mason one was next to nothing. It was a 9% shot. Because he hit it from so far out. Bruno's was more. It was a 44% shot.
Fucking hell.
That's heavy
very
XG.
high.
That. You don't get a lot higher than that usually.
Yeah. Fucking Theo Walcott bouncing about there. Come on. Everything's down the left-hand side, isn't it? Every single attack has gone down the left-hand side so far. What are we doing here? Chip it up, chip it up, chip it up.
Well done, Fred.
We've done well there, Fred. Fucking hell.
That'll make a good song.
Wan-Bissaka
Chip it
crossing
up.
the halfway. He's got marks in front of him, but he's got 3 men around him. He's not going to do anything with that.
No one else there.
Romeu just sticking it in.
That's the thing, really. That ball needs to be going into Cavani, doesn't it? Someone who's used to holding the ball.
Where is Cavani? Cavani's on the left wing for some reason. We're done, mate.
Yeah, I think it is probably still a diamond, isn't it? Still no real width. I think it's just more of a like-for-like swap Mason for Cavani because Bruno's on the left a bit, but he's not playing.
You see the blue underneath his thingy there? That's one of those neoprene sort of like Velcro fellas. Yeah, he's off.
It's close though. That left back's playing him close.
Yeah,
So if they'd scored, they would have been offside anyway.
He should have played that across.
He's gone right at the keeper though. Let's have a look at this.
He
shot.
doesn't even see Cavani.
Yeah, you've got to do a better shot.
I'd have saved that. He just hits the goalie, doesn't he?
I think it's his arm, not his chest. I thought it hit his chest at first, but Henderson more saves than De Gea.
If he'd have saved a couple more, we might still be in it. I don't think any of them were his fault.
Cheers, Jeff.
Oh, that's a bit below the belt, that.
I don't know. The free kick was a difficult one, I suppose, but I don't know. We've seen him make such good saves from free kicks in the past. You always sort of think.
I mean, it was
could
such
he
a
have done
good
better?
free
That
kick.
It was a good free
kick.
kick.
It was a top free kick.
It was.
Where's my Bruno penalty? Oh, fuck off!
That's
Do
not
not
a
give
foul.
anything for that. You need to book the little cunt. That was horrendous.
De Gea looking fuming. What do you think he's done? Just sat on the bench.
That you could put something to what he's thinking there, couldn't
Yeah,
you?
probably.
Why am I here?
Just banged his knee.
Yeah, why am I here?
Right. We've actually got out of our defence a little bit here. First time we're trying to attack without it being a counter, and the first time the second half, and it's just a shit pass from Wan-Bissaka. That well one back though.
See, he does it just so he make an extra tackle.
Cavani.
Cavani's knocked it in. Is it a bit too far?
Bruno's
Bruno's
got
got the end of it.
in.
It's back in.
Donny.
Go on, Donny! What are you doing, lad? Why are you passing it,
Cavani.
you fucking maniac?
Ah, fuck's sake!
Is he saying corner there? He's mental if he thinks that's a corner.
Why did it take that fucking forever to fucking shoot?
Fuck off, Alex.
Alex has asked if we're missing Martial. Maybe shape-wise more than anything else. If it meant we could have played three up front, or three, two wide
Donny
attackers.
shoot?
I don't know. There's about 6 men in front of him. It is a corner,
I've still not seen that.
I thought it looked like he got deflection to me.
I mean, you're fancying Cavani on the turn there, aren't you? Like, what is it, 9 yard out or something? Oh,
Yeah,
it's a
just-
corner. Wow.
But we didn't get it, did we?
Yeah, it's a corner. Are we missing Martial? No.
Well, we're coming
Maybe
up,
shape-wise is what I was
we're
thinking.
coming up to the 60th minute, and we need to score in the next 4 minutes, like Steve said. We've got a chance of getting something.
What's happened to him here? I didn't even see what injuries happened. Did you?
You getting away the ball?
I don't know what's happened.
Ooh,
Oh, no, he's
taken
just
out by his
Taken
own
out
player.
by his
yeah.
own man, yeah.
They're not going here.
I don't know what's happened. United have deserved a goal.
They have, yeah.
Yeah.
Saints versus
You can
Sheffield.
say it's all been shit and we've done some things wrong for sure, but United should have got at least a goal here.
That's why I think if we get a goal in the next 5 minutes or
Yeah.
so, I think that...
What was it? Tottenham got 4 against them in the second half, didn't they?
Wowzer.
So if we can, find a way through it.
They're not infallible,
No.
and they don't often keep clean sheets, really, so...
We need to get a goal soon, though. Cheers, Jeff. Hard to see exactly what injury's going on here for their player, isn't it? He tackled his
Yeah,
own
because
man
they're
and then he's
basically
down.
just tracking Ralph Hasenhüttl pacing back
Yeah.
and forward. I mean, it's very engaging, but what are you fucking showing us?
Why are they showing us this?
I don't know. Honestly, it's literally just pacing.
Most points after 9 games. This is Southampton's 3rd best in the last 6 years. Wow. I know
So
that's
they can go
still
second.
it's still good, but it's like
And they have 20 after.
it's not that you would think that most points after 9 games. If this was Southampton's history, you'd be like, wow, they were all since 2015. Not that good.
Have they ever won the league, Saints?
Won the FA Cup in 1976, beat United.
Did we just not miss the first man again? Fuck's sake, United. You had 3/4 of an hour to take that corner as well. Oh, that's not good. Wan-Bissaka tries to lift it over, gets charged down by, I think it was Che Adams, I'm not.
Tellez loves a fight, doesn't he? We're going to get Bruno now from a shit corner. Too much of this, just flicking it round the corner, trying to make all of our attacks are trying to come from, oh, you knock it round that corner, you knock it round that corner.
They're quite content.
Yeah.
So we're pressing quite well here, though. We're making them knock it around wide, but, I mean, we're really making... Do you know what? The more this game opens up, go on, press him.
Go on then, there's a push.
See, and again, press him again. See, this is when it's 1v1 like this, or 2v1
There you
like
go,
that.
there you
Now
go.
break,
Come on then,
break.
come on then.
You've got to break.
The press
Oh, he's
works
done
like
well,
that.
Fred. It does work.
He did well. He did well. To
Why is
turn it around.
Cavani here on the fucking wing, though?
Don't mind if he crosses
Got
it
a
in
good
and we
cross,
score.
though. Go, Bruno!
Yes! Get it!
Fucking 59 minutes on the watch.
Come on! Fucking great penalty that.
I mean,
great penalty.
Was it on the penalty spot when he shot?
Yeah. He did the little jig. Cavani did well here. Is he on? Please tell me he's on. Please tell me. Yeah, he's on. Oh, no. Yeah, he's on. Nah, I think he is. That's a lovely cross in behind the first
He's on
man.
the penalty spot, man.
Brilliant goal.
He's on the penalty
Lovely
spot.
goal,
That's
that.
fucking
Come on.
fantastic.
Come on.
No, we can't do that. Bruno from the
Nice
penalty
finish,
spot,
that.
but it was different today.
Well done, Cavani. Nice having a right
What's a
winger, isn't
fucking
it?
cross that is?
Well, because he just looked from and passed it to him.
Come on.
He didn't close his eyes and hit it as hard as he could.
Here we go.
He passed
Keep
it to him.
on at him. United can get something from this now. Goals and assists since Fernandes' debut. Bruno Fernandes on 25, and then Harry Kane, Mo Salah, and Heung-min
The
Son.
worrying thing is there, Tottenham have got 2 players on that list.
Whoa.
No
Heung-min Son's
wonder.
quality.
Yeah, he is.
People don't want to know. People don't want to pay attention to how good he is.
So is Harry Kane, though, isn't he, Steve?
Bruno scored a goal.
People don't want to know. Harry Kane, who's got more goals and assists in that time, Steve refuses to admit is any good.
Listen, I'm going to have an agenda about a player or two.
Luke
Harry Kane's
Shaw,
one of
Harry
them.
Kane. Do you still dislike Ashley Young, or are you sort of we wish him well stage?
Fuck off.
I wish him well.
I wish him well. I always liked him. And
I don't know why he's
I
grown.
always knew he could grow out.
Who else has grown hairs? Oh, Skirtle.
Skirtle. We talked about it the
Skirtle's
other
gone
day.
to Turkey. I mean, that might have different connotations. But Skirtle's grown hair since he's gone Turkey. And Ashley Young's got like a proper good throw going on since he's gone to Milan.
Maybe
Like,
it's
where
the
the fuck's
climate.
that been for your entire fucking career?
Maybe it's the climate.
Are you
know
thinking
what I
of
mean?
moving?
Why not?
Would you head to Italy? See if a big afro grows in?
Yeah.
Worth a try, isn't it? This is what we needed, though. United need to follow
Well,
this
we
up
said
now.
on the hour.
Yeah.
59 minutes. That'll do.
Again,
Pig.
though, there's still too much of this. Look at that left-hand side there.
Yeah.
There's about 12 men within a sort of 15-yard square and nothing on the right-hand side. Everything's getting dragged over to the left-hand side every single time. The first time we attacked down the right-hand side,
Come on,
we
keep
scored.
pressing. We're knocking them back here.
Go on!
I think if we can
Tellez
score
already.
again in the next 10-15, we're going and winning this.
Yeah.
I think we are.
We just need to do it there.
Yeah.
Because the thing is, this is all well and good. If they get one more corner, we've lost. Like, there's nothing stopping them from scoring again from a set piece.
Oh, of course.
Imagine the shit you'd be talking at a corner as well. When as soon as the ref blows for a corner, you'd be like,
See ya.
you know you're going to concede, right?
I know.
Shit like that just well get in your head when it's like, you're really bad at set pieces, aren't you?
And we're so good at them. That's what I'll be saying. We're so great at
That's
set
everyone who
pieces.
plays Stretford Paddock that.
Ward proves.
Everyone's got a strength and a weakness.
We don't concede if it's not a long ball or a set piece.
Oh, come on. Matic. Again, would it be wrong of me to say that our centre-backs have been good today? I know we've conceded 2 goals, but I think Maguire and Lindelof again have been solid.
They've done well. It's set pieces.
Shame, really.
Players to
Look
score
at
in
that, though.
5
There's too much
successive
space
away
there.
games.
We've got how many midfielders have we got? And they're still playing balls through straight to strikers,
I know. Both of them.
playing
there
him to
were
feet with
struggling
no
there.
one near him.
Two, Maguire and
I don't
Lindelof
think either of our
struggling.
midfielders are good enough defensively. No. Wild shot. Edge of the box. Wan-Bissaka sort of stands him up. He does Maguire a bit, but
You do see a point, though. But
by the end, he was
what you make,
swinging a leg
but
at it.
The defence is doing well. Like,
Yeah.
It's doing, the back four's doing all right, but it's just a...
I mean, obviously, you can have a go at the defenders for defending the corner. I appreciate that. But I mean,
Fred.
in terms of actually when we're playing the game,
Fred is not
I think we've been quite good.
press-proof.
No.
Got away with it then.
It's ended up being a far more difficult game than you want when you play PSG midweek.
Yeah,
Don't
exactly.
need this when we got PSG Wednesday.
No.
This sort of
But this is more
performance.
important than that game, I think. We can afford to drop points in that game.
Oh, we're gonna.
Not that you want to, but this game is not a must-win. But if you want the pressure to ease, winning this and drawing to PSG is better than the other way around.
Right, I want you to like the video if you think we're going to go on and win this. I want you to downvote the video if you don't think we're going to go on and win this. And I want you to comment what you think the final score is going to be and who may or may not get the winner. Let me know in the comments.
I think we're going to win it. Do you think we will, Steve?
Oh.
No. So you downvote the video?
Yes.
Fucking hell, Steve. Just like it anyway, I'd say. Give it a like. People thinking 3-2, 4-2 United, 2-2, 3-2.
Ambitious.
A lot of people thinking that United are going to come back. Are you hopeful, Andy?
We'll get some out of it. We can definitely get some out of it.
We haven't had our penalty yet.
That's true. When do we get? What time's that?
Oh, I hope it's in the 98th minute.
Most points dropped since December 2018. Southampton at the top of the list. They're definitely frail. They're a good side, but they're not.
Like I said, they don't really keep clean sheets.
Oh,
But
fucking hell.
Dean Henderson.
Henderson was right on the edge of his box and ready to come out for that, wasn't he?
That was.
Can you
right
imagine
at
how
the
much
cue,
he's
everyone's-
thinking? I hope he's fucking double injured because
Yeah.
I'm well taking his place. And he might.
I know.
You know what I mean? He's been a good Premier League goalkeeper. So it's not like we just pulled a kid out of the under-18s and gone, oh, good luck, lad.
Even Romero, who you know sort of how good he is, he's 33. You think, I'd rather De Gea, you know, I never want De Gea to be injured, but you don't really think Romero's going to do 10, 12 games in a row without a mistake. Whereas Henderson, he's done
there's
it.
evidence that he can do it.
Yeah, he's done it for Sheffield United. Track that. Good block, Aaron. Well done.
Uh-oh.
Oh, yeah. I said well done. They've now got a corner, so this will be fun.
Taz, with a good comment. That supports my agenda. Tellers hasn't put a foot wrong today. Yep. I can stand
Is
for
that true?
Yeah.
Steve likes Teller, so he can't do it. He can do no wrong. Look at that, look. 5 men on the front post we've got.
Yeah, and we'll still not.
I know, and we'll still lose the header.
It's still Marcus trying to track Benarek. Just shove him in a net.
Yeah.
Fuck off, stand over there.
Got Matic at the back post. And then 5 men at the near post.
Cavani's an improvement, though, I guess, on Greenwood.
Fuck, they're so dangerous.
Did he get his head on that as well, then?
Those corners land, or they're at a headable height, bang on the front post and about a yard out.
Minging.
It's ridiculous.
Absolutely minging.
The goalie has to get through 5 men to
that got
win
his
it.
head on it. Cavani really reminds me of the geezer in the film The Warriors.
I've never seen it.
What? Right, just go watch it now.
I've seen of it.
What'd that mean?
What'd that mean?
What'd that mean?
Proper Cookie Monster way of talking. What'd that mean?
Cookie.
They've got a free kick. I can't have just done a Cookie Monster impression 20 seconds before we concede, surely. Well done, Tellez. Come on then, push that, push that. Well done, Cavani, out. You think they still do that like they do it like Sunday League? Push out! Someone shouts that from every time you clear a corner. You think they'd be too sort of above that, wouldn't you? Clear it! Push up! Ronaldo saying they definitely do
like
that.
Johnny Vegas.
Ray tough up the pitch.
Has he kept that in?
Wow.
He has.
Well.
Wow.
Look at.
Kyle Walker-Peters. Rashford stopped the ball on the corner flag and Kyle Walker-Peters got to it.
Just boot,
and then just
kick
kicked it out anyway.
Like, what you doing, little dickhead?
Oh, he's trying to find fucking 4 balls at once there. Well done, Harry. Brilliant.
Well, good tackle.
Yeah, it was.
Because to be fair, if you don't make that tackle, we're in the shit.
Yeah. I think
You
he
know,
just.
Van
I
der
think he
Beek.
thought it was Walker on Maguire. I think Maguire thought if he knocks it past me, I'm not catching him. So I might as well make this tackle because I can't
I'd
track him
almost wish
anyway.
that's where Maguire turns into the Sunday League player that he looks like
Mm.
and absolutely obliterate somebody and then stand over him.
Jesus.
What?
Bit terrifying though. A
Why?
bit angry that in it, Steve. Obliterates them and then stands over
Yeah.
them.
Don't you wish there was a bit more of that in football, like growling and
Yeah,
shit?
but that's what red cards are for.
Yeah.
People
Fucking
like
hit
barking.
someone and be like, ah.
I don't regret it.
Yeah.
Say stuff
Well,
like
fuck you.
that. Right. Ball on the right hand side. Wan-Bissaka.
Oh,
Chips it in.
Wan-Bissaka.
Cavani!
Oh my God! It was almost pants off in the M1 area then.
Fucking hell. That's a lovely little header.
Oh,
that.
great cross though from Wan-Bissaka.
Yeah, just chips it in.
Oh,
Cavani.
it's
It's just
it's
too high for him,
sexy,
isn't it?
It's sexy.
That cross is
I think
6
he jumps
inches
too
too
early.
high. Nah, he doesn't. It's
man.
just too high. He could only guide it. He couldn't really get any direction on it.
What's cunt in Spanish?
Fuentes. Unlucky there. United haven't been sort of dominating the game though, have they? It has been quite a get your chances when they go in type of game. Shane Long coming on.
Fuck's sake.
Shane Longstaff. Come on, Fred.
Fred. Done well there.
Oh, we have done well and all. Go on.
Go on the beak. Go on the beak. Why is Cavani on his fucking right wing again?
That's where he's playing, isn't it?
Who ate the middle, Linekead?
That's where he's playing. Hold on. Yeah, he did get an
but
assist
that's not his job, is it?
You shouldn't have to do that. Oof,
to be fair, he worked all right on the right for PSG because Zlatan played in the middle and they pissed him off onto the right-hand side for years at a time. But he's not a right-sided player.
Oh, fucking hell, Fred with that pass then.
Oh, Cav, what you doing?
Are you two all right?
Fred then played the ball through about 4 different players that just managed to sneak through them all. I thought he was giving it away in his own half.
Go on, Spidey.
Go on. Wan-Bissaka, corner
what's
ball.
that? Corner ball.
Corner
Say
ball.
that.
Corner to United. Wan-Bissaka getting forward a little bit more. I didn't see him get forward this much in the first half, to be honest.
First half of your United career.
Yeah, exactly. First half of this game. Oh, come on. It'd be nice if we scored a set piece, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Bruno taking the corner.
Not having these?
It's like we like the outswingers, don't we, more, I think.
Statistically more effective with the inswingers.
Very good. Bruno. First man! What happened
Beat
there?
it. Didn't even beat it.
The angle of the telly looked like it was going toward goal then. Fred chips it to the back post to Tellez.
What was that?
That was
oh,
a
no, it's
shot.
Matic, sorry.
Oh man, even Matic's touch was off.
Hey, that was a shot.
No, it wasn't. Shane Long coming on for...
Is that Walcott?
Similar. Same price. Who's he coming on for? Dnipro. He's been good.
Yeah.
Shane Long offers a bit more defensively.
He's going to put Walcott on the left here now.
Oh, I thought Cavani had scored that header. I thought that had gone in.
If we'd have scored that, we're winning the game.
Yeah, definitely.
If we would have scored that, I mean, even if we scored in the next 5 minutes, we're winning the game. Because I think the momentum's right there with us, and I think they'll crumble.
Yeah.
But the longer, obviously, it goes on, without getting fully Michael Owen on it here, if it stays like this long, we'll run out of time.
I think 1 goal in it, though, if we score at any time, I'd fancy us to nick it. Just because...
I think it's got to be before the 85th, really. Otherwise...
Oh, no.
Henderson's a confident player.
Yeah, he is.
Or crazy.
He's good, though, isn't he? He don't make many mistakes. So
sometimes you need a bit crazy.
Especially at goalkeepers. They're weird, aren't they? So
there's a foul in there, surely, ref.
We had
so that game that everyone plays where they boot it, I want to do that, but not do that.
Matic dropping in between the centre backs. Fuck! Every time Fred gets on the ball, I shit myself.
Either. I think he just like goes, oh shit, I've still got it.
I shit myself every time.
Bruno on the left.
What a pass!
Oh. What the fuck was that? Is that another corner?
Yeah, corner to United.
One of these might play off for us.
Yeah.
He looks fucked him, doesn't he, Bednarek?
Well, he got it before, didn't he?
Yeah. I hope he is fucked. What?
It's nice of you, Steve.
No problem. Come on, Tellez on the left here. This is what we want.
Cavani.
Oh. Shoot! Not Fred. Bruno, shoot! What the fuck?
Come on!
Yes! Yes! Oh, we're winning this, motherfucker. Come on! We are winning this, motherfuckers. Go on to Cavani. Yeah, baby.
Yes, lads.
Oh. Right, pants are coming off now.
Diving header at the back post there.
Avengers tag, come on!
Tellez puts it in. Goalie
Keepers
gets a
all
fist.
over the show. Fred lays it off. Well done. Bruno's a well shit shot. And Cavani just throws himself at it. Defenders, is that Bednarek as well?
Did he fall or did he just throw himself?
Oh, it deflects off Bednarek.
Come on, United!
Yeah, he don't push out.
Imagine leaving Cavani in the 6-yard box.
Do you know what I was saying before? The defenders still shout push out. If they'd have done that, he'd have been offside. There's one man.
Is it Vestergaard that's just standing there?
Bednarek
No,
stood.
Bednarek's the one it hits, I think.
No, he's the one on the goal
He's the one stood there.
Good. I'm glad.
Lovely header that. That's a
Go on,
that's a proper striker's
you big
goal.
Spanish-looking bastard.
Proper striker's goal. That.
What?
Nothing.
Proper striker's goal.
I said Spanish-looking. Does it? What does a Uruguayan look like?
We needed that.
15 minutes, 16 plus injury time to go. Momentum is definitely with United now.
Yeah. Go on.
Go on, Spider-Man.
fucking
Go on,
beating
lad.
people. I tried to do a chop and nearly fell over.
Yeah, he kept it.
Fred out to the left.
Bruno,
he's got Beak outside him. He gives it him. He pulls it back.
I think you pulled the trigger.
Donny looks scared to fucking hit it today, doesn't he? There's two now.
Has he been given Fred's instructions, which is do not fucking shoot?
Yeah, he handed out the wrong card to him.
Yeah. Oh, mate. I think we're having this, though. I do think we do. I think you got to make one more sub, though. You got to make one more positive sub, and the only one that's on the bench is Matter, and that's not really a game-changing substitute.
Not it, is it?
What have we got? Williams for Wan-Bissaka, maybe?
I don't know.
Oh, that was naughty.
Well, it's someone that's going to put the ball in the box a little bit more. Alex says, or Dan James. I was talking positive, but, you know.
Maybe stay as we are. We've scored 2 goals in the last 15 minutes. I'll give it another 10 as we are.
Fred's loving these little fucking spread them out to the left, isn't he?
Yeah.
What's that?
Teller's back post. To anyone who has joined today as a member, or anyone who is watching who isn't a member, we're going to be doing a massive Christmas giveaway to all members. We're going to be having 12 days of Christmas giveaways starting. We're going to give you the full details tomorrow on the Howson's Brew.
Right, there's a fucking PS5 in it.
Stephen!
What?
How dare you?
There's a PS5 in it.
Stephen's giving the goose.
And I'm also a member.
Stephen gives the goose away.
Can I win it?
Yeah, you can win it. All you have to do to be in with a chance of winning it is be a member of the channel. Click the join button, join as a member, and you will be entered to possibly win a mystery giveaway that will be
12 days
that
of
will be
giveaways
revealed.
That culminates in a Shmiashmive.
That will be revealed tomorrow on Howson's Brew. So yeah,
But if you don't win a PS5,
yeah,
there's some unreal shit as well. And it's not just one item every day as well. There's multiple. It's like the 12 Days of Christmas, do you know that song?
Yeah.
You might win a partridge in a pear tree.
But we ain't giving away 12 PS5s.
No.
But yeah, there's loads of stuff being given away starting at the end of December. Full details coming out tomorrow.
And if you know where to get a turtle dove from, please inbox me.
Yeah. But if you want to be in with a chance of winning, you must be a member. Thank you, Kennard Burnett Jr. for joining as a member, mate. Thank you very much.
Welcome.
We've also got loads of members-only videos coming out. We put out a podcast last week. There's going to be more coming out this week as well. Plenty of exclusive content for the members as well. So it's not just the giveaways. There's all other stuff. And you get a discount as well on the store. So there's plenty for the members in there. But yeah, the big giveaway starting in a few weeks' time, but you need to join.
Yep.
Now.
All you got to do to join, all you got to do to be in the draw is join. You don't need to comment on anything once you are in there or anything like that. Just be a member. We get the whole list of members, and then someone wins every day for the 12 days of Christmas, and someone's getting a PS5.
That's mad, isn't it? I mean, I know everyone always says, "Oh, can I win?" But actually, can I win? Because I want one of them, and I ain't got one.
I've got PS3.
Yeah, exactly.
I've been trying to buy a fucking telly for my office for free fucking week.
Let's glue a PS2 to your PS3.
No.
Shay Adams there.
S. Mc has joined. That's not a blag for something. Josh
Good
Bishop
shot,
joined.
unlucky.
We met Josh.
Yeah, we know Josh.
He was in our floor in Australia.
Yeah.
And Shoyara Chowdhury, welcome.
As Southampton skip a shot wide.
Oh,
there.
by the way, Josh, I'm not sending a fucking PS5 to Australia. You're off your head.
By the way, though,
but if you win, we are.
But if you win, we will do.
That's fucking minging, though.
Yeah. You don't have to take it. There's shops that can do that.
Yeah, I don't know if I can actually.
Yeah. Legally, you can't. Hershey Puri, thank you for joining. Hassan Manaf as well. Marco 70 and Killian Wallace as well. Thank you all for joining and entering. big prize draw.
I would buy myself a PS5, but I can't even buy a fucking telly at the moment. Honestly, it's mental, innit?
What is?
Not buying... Yeah, I'm shit at games, but I can't buy a fucking telly. Amazon, the best place in the world ever for buying electronics and shit like that. Just issues with buying TVs.
Issues.
I even went to Curry's, booked myself a delivery day, and then they're like, oh yeah, it's not coming on that day. What?
Yeah, everything's different now.
Ben West, welcome. And Connor Pro 123, welcome.
Oh,
I order a lot from Amazon, right?
Connor.
Oh, I thought it was. It nearly went in.
And they never have an issue with stuff being delivered. It just gets delivered. It's really fucking good. Sander Linagi, welcome.
Here's the current table then as it stands. United on 14.
We need
Southampton
the 3 points.
18.
Yeah, we need this.
That's almost,
go on the beak.
We might as well have lost that.
You saw today.
I mean, obviously it's better to draw than to lose, but that really needs to be a win, doesn't it? Yeah, full details of that prize draw coming out tomorrow. So
yeah,
stay
there's
tuned for
all
that.
sorts of stuff, and see a lot of stuff that you can't buy as well.
Yeah, money cannot buy.
Like you get to share a bath with Makola.
Yeah.
Or did we not put that one in?
Well, no, we took that one out in the end. Yeah. It's you get to sit on
Don't
Jay's
lose
knee
it.
and do a ride on lawnmower around Trafford Park.
No,
I love a ride along lawnmower. 10 minutes left then. United
but I've only got
2-2.
artificial grass. It's a bit of a waste, isn't it?
Taz
Taz says, how do I join? If you look at the next to the subscribe button, it says join. Click that and that's how you join.
Also, we'll put a link in the comments as well for anyone who's struggling how to join. We'll put a link in there. Just click on that.
Welcome to the academy.
Yeah.
And
We
Wayne
can pin
Barrett,
that as
welcome
well.
to the academy.
Come on.
10 minutes to go. Stick or twist, make a change, or
Yeah.
what?
I think maybe now we do need to make a change.
It's pinned into the chat now if you want it.
Yeah.
So if you look at the pinned message for the members, that's it. And yeah, and we still have our penalty to come.
I know, that's true. Redhead, they're saying, where's our penalty? How much of Friday Night Live set is in the giveaway?
Oh yeah, you can win it all.
You can't win
Because
any.
I walked upstairs today,
Can't win any
saw
bit.
his Friday night set all over my office,
No.
and if it's not getting given away,
It's
getting
not all over
launched
your
out the
office.
fucking
I've put it on
window.
my desk. Cheers. And it's allowed to stay
Because
there.
some of it's on the wall. The cat's on the fucking shelf though.
Yeah, the cat's out of the bag. Get over it, mate. Ben Wheel, thanks for joining. Welcome to the academy.
If you would like, Joe,
No.
what?
No.
Highest super chat gets Joe's cat.
No, it don't. No one gets anything. Rashford, keep going, keep going. Look how many men around him there. 5 men around him.
All right, if we have 100 members today, I'll give one of you Joe's cat.
No, you're not. It's my cat.
We've got 31. If we get to 100, I'll give one of you Joe's cat.
I can't really agree with that.
You fucking killed the show. I'm not having that cat in my office.
It's in my office. Sheldon Hutton, welcome to the academy.
Meow.
Wolf. You were my favourite gladiator. Welcome to the academy.
Zirak Khan. Was it?
Well, you and Jet.
Yeah.
Let's be real.
Oh, Jet. Oh, yeah, Jet.
You all right?
I had a flashback to
There's
the
a-
90s,
There's
mate.
a jet of someone.
Wonder Bruno. Oh, the beak. Someone that you can usually guarantee is going to knock it back. Joe's sweating here because we just had about 4 or 5 members join in about 1 second. Stephen Ellis, Ryan Bullock, Chi Hoon In, or Chi Hoon Out.
We'll have to read these at the end,
Jahinda
you know.
Momi.
We'll have to read
Welcome,
these
welcome,
at the
welcome.
end.
Rick Buster, welcome. Gustavo Sanford, that's the best first name I've heard all day. Yep, we need about 50 more, and Joe's cat is going to one of you lot by this weekend. It's the
No.
little cat that does that thing, the little golden one. Can't wait to
Can't
fucking
give
drop
somebody's
kick
cat away.
It's not
Thank
a real
you.
cat.
It is a real cat. It might as well be.
It's a symbol.
Last few minutes have been a bit. It is a symbol. Been a bit dry on the old football front, haven't they?
Yeah,
not
but it's
really
cool
pushed.
because we
Not
get loads
really.
of members. Loads of members here. What are we up to now, Cameron?
Don't play. Don't.
We've not really pushed on.
We're up to 44. We are 56, 45, 55 away from giving Joe's cat away. It's
Don't
not a
do
real
it.
cat. It's one of that little golden thing.
Don't
What's
do
it?
it.
What's the real name? What's the name?
Don't
of
worry
it?
about it because it's mine. It's one of those waving
Brandon
cats.
Williams is on.
You predicted that. Who do you think's coming off?
I'll be surprised.
Tell us.
Tell us. Oh, he's old and he's
fuck off.
He's old and he's groin.
No.
Not a good look. I'm gonna be honest.
You should give away some at Stevens.
Yeah, I will do. I'll give away his.
Is
Yeah,
it called
come on.
a baccarat?
I don't know. That's a board game, isn't it?
The
We'll read
Maneki
them- we'll
Neko.
read him in a bit.
The Maneki Neko cat. If you Google that, or Chinese waving cat. What they call it? Fortune. Yeah, Maneki Neko waving cat. It's one of them. You can have it if we get to 100 members today. I'll send Joe's. I'll even take a
come
Polaroid
on,
of Joe
come on.
holding it before we give it you too. You all right with that, Joe?
If that one goes, 2 more take its place. You know that.
Is that how it works?
It's like cell division.
Come on, United! 6 minutes to go. You can do it.
Well done. Come on. Here we go.
See, that's Cavani winning them though, and you need him in the box.
There we go.
Oh, no, he's left it. Marcus, give it back. It was Fred. Everyone relax. It was Fred. Everyone relax. I don't know why he passed it there instead of shooting.
Fred, stop running.
Right, Aman Minas, welcome. We got Callum Rashford, welcome. We got Samuel Sutherford, welcome. Rich Allen, welcome. Grant Kirkwood, welcome. We got Nicholas Dominguez, welcome. Aaron Hurst, welcome. We have got Alexander, not even attempting it, welcome.
Scalabrino.
Joe's Kindle. Welcome. Ben Casano, welcome. Shaq, big up, welcome. Callum Rochford, welcome. Tom Robertson, Thomas Dillon, and Edwin Andrade, welcome.
Kicked off.
Joe's Kindle.
That's very good.
God, that's so niche.
That's
so niche.
My Kindle's in my bag right now.
And it's also a member. That might win your cat.
I hope it
Carl
does.
Neal, welcome. Can I have a members count, please, Cameron?
We can only read members out when the ball's out of play.
We're on 56. We're just over 40 away now. 58. We are just over 40 away now from someone getting Joe's cat. And I promise you, I'll also pass us some of them Polaroids, please.
No, they're mine. Why are you giving away all my stuff? Why don't you give away
I'm not giving
some
you
of your
Polaroids.
empty Red Bull cans?
We got a Polaroid camera in here that we used for the trial day, and there's probably still about 10 Polaroids left. So I'll take you a Polaroid of Joe crying as I box up his cat, and I'll put that Polaroid inside the cat box.
And I'll put a picture of a Polaroid of Steve naked in there as well.
It's fine. That's for 105 members.
Ball in the box.
Get away.
Matic. Oh,
What
just straight up in the fucking air then, Matic.
That's my favourite kind of absolute
Ah,
madness.
come
That
on.
didn't look like an handball.
It did a bit. Bruno.
Bruno, that was so casual.
To
He got away
Rashford.
with that.
It's
Yeah,
close.
not really.
Close. Well done, Bruno. He's won it back though. Keep the ball. Donny's been good today, but that final sort of bravery to have a shot, to hit
You
it.
got to shoot.
Yeah, he's overthinking it a bit, I think. He needs to be a bit more instinctive on some of those chances. 4 minutes to go. Probably.
Come on, United.
Come on, Reds.
The win is absolutely spectacular.
Yeah, it is.
And not very, I can't wait to see what my whoop says. My heart rate's been here today.
Steve's got a heart rate monitor.
Kapow.
Is that a dad thing or is that like a my £500 life thing? Do you know those TV
Come on,
those
Reds.
TV shows where they're like, Stephen drinks 70 Red Bulls a week. We fitted him with a heart monitor to see what's going on the inside.
To see why he's not dead.
Yeah. And your heart rate's at 170.
Did you find out a blood test last week though, and it was banging?
Was it?
Purple Yoda, welcome.
Come on.
Jonathan Rowe, welcome. We are now, I think, less than 40. I'll ship the cat anywhere in the known universe. We need 40 more. 40 more members before the end of the game. You got 3 minutes. 40 members. If you're watching going, do you know what? Fuck it. I wouldn't mind winning a PS5 and a golden cat that waves with a Polaroid of
Go on then, Maguire. Get it
Maguire in there. He slid it across.
It's not
to,
bad.
No,
It's not
fucker.
bad.
It's not. It wasn't bad.
I need someone on that near post. Come on. 3 minutes. Oh, I tell you what would be so
John
fucking
Wood,
gutting.
welcome.
Which game was it last year?
In the 30s now.
When this essentially happened and they scored the winner in the last minute.
Loads.
Was it Palace? Was it Van Arnold who scored it? That was a
Knocked
horrific
it back
game.
Van der Beek. It's with Matic though. What's he got of a forward ball?
Great pass.
He's found Wan-Bissaka on the right side of the box.
Go on,
in
Cavani's
acres.
on. Cavani's on.
We'll take the corner. No, it's not going all the way. I don't think it was on ball.
That's
We'll have
a
the corner.
ball
though.
now. Come on. Come on, United.
Handball, they're asking. They're asking.
Are they?
Is this our penalty
you know
moment?
what?
Bertrand's shitting it.
Bertrand is going like this, like, oh, I didn't mean to. I reckon this is on ball.
Oh no, that's on the top half. Half. That's not the top half of the bicep. Is not.
Let's see it.
VAR's having it though. We're having a good old look at this. That might be on ball, lads. I
No,
don't think
it's
it is
not.
though.
It's not.
I don't think it is.
It's hard to see exactly what happened.
Lads,
Corner ball.
Can you imagine
Bruno.
getting our owed penalty?
I know, we've still got one to come.
That'd be a right good time, lads. If anyone's listening at VAR
That's a
HQ.
foul there. That's a fucking foul, ref.
Can we have
Come
our
on.
penalty now, please? We'll take it now.
Laith Alwan and another member as well.
Leif, welcome.
That's
You're in the
all
hat
done.
for the cat.
And
And
Matthew
Matthew Jacob, you're in the hat for the cat. Or a PS5, I guess. Petko. Stoyanov. Welcome. Details for the full giveaway that we're doing for the 12 days of Christmas will be out tomorrow. But if it's 100 members today, Dean Simpson, you're one of them, we will go for Joe's cat.
It's not real cat.
If we get over 100, you guys just nominate what else you want. Do you want to tell it? What about the ear? Or on a serious note, what about the photograph of Makola and Joe in the frame? If you want that, I'll get them to sign it and we'll send it.
What's going on here? Right, come on.
I'm clearing all your shit out of my office. That's what's going on. It is a car boot sale. It almost go. The show's over. Joe's over.
What about the Spain tracksuit?
Fuck off, that's mine.
If we get to 200, by the end of the review, I'll put the Spain tracksuit in there for you.
Good luck getting in my ass and getting it off me.
Don't.
Come on.
We need 35 for the cat. You want a gold cat that waves at you like that?
Fuck it, why did he do this?
Come on then.
Come on, turn. Bruno, where's Cavani, man? Is he really shooting from there?
He had a shot.
Okay. Joe's cat has joined.
Even the cat wants out.
Oh, yes. Joe's cat's trying to buy his ticket to freedom. Joe's cat, you're in the draw. Well done.
5 minutes of stoppage time.
Yes, that's what we're talking about. Oh, yeah, right. Okay, we get 100. We'll do the seagull and the cat. You want the transfer seagull?
This is my items, by the way. If we get to 200, we'll give her a Steve's...
Right, we're like 30 away, so let's have it. Who wants the transfer seagull and who wants Joe's cat?
I want to talk about football for a minute, really.
No, you don't.
I do.
No, football shit. We're not going to win today. Javier Alonso Leon Tamayo was taking the best name for starters. And welcome to the first team.
That is a cool name, that.
We are now like 30-ish off giving this shit away, so let's go.
Come on.
Red.
There we go. Manon.
Who's that?
Oh, that's a foul there. That's a
For
foul.
fuck's sake. See, this is what you don't want because this eats away at the time that you've got to
and we're not
going to
score
fucking
from
thing.
a central free kick 40 yards out.
No, and that's it. And he probably won't book him, so he's not in danger of getting sent off. John Wood says, in for the cat, ain't just for Christmas. We've had another member join. It was Touchy.
Toto dial. Touchy. Like you've never seen the word touchy
Come
before.
on, who's that on the left there? Marcus, he's whipped it in.
Come on in!
Yes! Ollie out! Yes! Hey, Ollie out! Brigade! Hey! I can't hear you!
Oh my fucking days, lad!
What a
Oh yes! Right, get fucking joining. United have won. 3 points in the bag, and you can also take home a transfer seagull or a waving cat. Yes, baby! Fuck yeah! Hit the join. We're fucking having it large. I'm not going home tonight.
Rashford,
We're having ribs
Cavani,
and
that's
rum
what
again
proper
in.
fucking strikers do.
Oh,
That's
here we
what
go.
proper strikers do.
2 diving headers in a
Two diving
day.
headers.
Mate, what a treat. Oh, we're
Fuck
having
me.
it. I've not even got pants in my house anymore.
Oh, I fancy a good Cavani.
Do you need set fire to me pants?
Burn them. I don't need pants no more. Ethan Kilby, welcome to the Academy. Joe Alternative, welcome to the Academy. Alan Rolfe, welcome to the Academy. Oh, this cat's
3-2.
fucking going.
2 minutes.
This cat's fucking gone.
2 minutes.
Go and find me a suitable box to put this cat in. It's fucking going. Agahaz Kapoor, welcome.
Oh. What about the cat's litter tray?
Yeah.
It's a plastic cat and it don't need a litter tray.
Well, who's been shitting in that litter tray for the last 2 years?
We'll talk about it off camera.
Edison Cavani.
Oh, Edison Cavani, welcome to fucking Manchester/Southampton. What a fucking
What a
game
goal
he's
that
had.
was as well.
What an introduction that was.
Still got play.
1 minute, 40 seconds to go. Come on,
keep 'em out.
United. Come on, United.
Gucci Sensei, welcome to the Academy. And Tom
That is a
Bradley,
cool
welcome
name.
to the Academy.
That is
Need
a cool name.
23 to go.
Super chat.
Yeah. Get in, says the Kelly Gamer.
Exactly right.
I absolutely agree. Can we just appreciate Ollie made change at half time and change this game?
2 goals and an assist for
PE
Cavani.
teacher, my Arsenal.
2 goals and an assist for Cavani.
If you want a plastic cat or a PS5,
get away.
You got to join. Adam Waldron does, and he's joined.
Come on, then. Come on, counter attack. Here we go, boys.
Are we going to get
Finish
another?
him off. Finish him off. There's your pass. There's your pass. Bruno. Donny with a
Inakers
brilliant
just
pass.
fucking shoot now. Fuck it. Is it our penalty time? We've still not had our penalty yet.
Shoot,
There's Bruno.
shoot.
He's twatted it right in the
Leathered
stand.
it. A minute to go. A minute to go.
Oh my God, loads more. Concho, Stephen, Dev the King, Larry Fisherman, Stephen Fletcher, and Joe Goldilocks.
Upgraded to the first team. Cheers, Joe.
Welcome, everybody.
Come on. 40 seconds to go, lads. It's a fucking massive win, this, if we keep it.
I'm ball.
Over.
Just twat it out now, lads. Come on.
Well done, Donny. Donny's been good today.
Javier says, I was hesitant with the PS5, but the meme picture offer convinced me to join. 3-2 and still a penalty to come. Amen,
That's true.
brother.
Go on,
I will put in.
Van der Beek,
Take it to the corner.
beautiful passes spread
I will
out to
put
the
in a
left-hand side, back
Polaroid
to
of
back.
Joe.
Keep
And if
the
we get
ball.
more than 100, I'll do an imprint of my ball bag.
Keep the ball.
Would you like
Keep the ball.
Would you like potato print style? Just like,
Take him out.
well done. Just take your time now. Just take your time.
We can't foul him. That's the only way
Joseph
they can
Deeks,
score.
welcome.
Time,
James
ref.
Hart,
Come
Come
on,
on,
welcome.
ref. Come on, blow it.
Time.
Blow it.
Come on, ref.
Didn't see that name.
Blow up.
Fantastic, Mr. H. Welcome.
Come on, ref.
Isn't that a
Come
nickname
on.
for heroin?
That telly's going to go off camera.
Win it. Win it. Harry, win it. Well
There
done.
we go. Just twat it.
Come on, ref. Blow the
Anywhere
whistle.
will do. Oh, can I just say,
Blow the
2
whistle,
fucking
ref.
nil down and coming back to win it. Ollie's
whistle.
tricky motherfucking
Get
Reds.
it.
Yeah.
Edison Cavani,
Time.
you beautiful bastard.
Fucking dead right.
Kenny Gamer, welcome to the Academy. Right, you got about 5 minutes to join. Let's see what we've got. How many are we on, Cam? What's the current count?
Oh, Man United.
86. Come on, lads. We're like
Jason Martin,
14
super
away.
chat there from
13
Jamie.
away. Right. If you want that cat, and also we are from tomorrow, you'll be getting a PS5 as well as 12 other days of
And
bananas
there's also
giveaways.
good videos, good content that we're putting out for members
All
as
right,
well.
yeah, there's content, but no one wants the content. You want a golden cat in a box with a Polaroid of Joe crying. That's what they're joining for, clearly. Wow, let's just wrap that. Let's just summarise that game, shall we?
Calm down.
Let's just summarise that game.
Get your t-shirt, get your
Manchester
jumper off.
United Reds, 2-0 down. Not necessarily playing bad, but certainly rattled. Ollie makes a change at half-time, brings on that Cavani fella, and that Cavani, and we are absolutely smashing it with members. Listen, join now, because this shit's happening. Someone's getting a cat. He changes the game with
Yeah.
Cavani. Cavani's had, I reckon, 3 shots.
Yeah, I can think of.
The one that is
Yeah,
that
the
he
one
got
he
corner for.
skied over the bar. Yeah.
We're on 96. We are 4 people away from me giving Joe's
Look
cat
at
away.
his league table.
Hit it. And then we go
League
United
table.
are up to 7th level on goal difference with Everton, who have a game in hand. If we win our game in hand, the cat will be on the review, so you can see the cat that I've just stolen from Joe. There we go. We are 100 members. You fucking legends. We have made it. Welcome to the Academy. To Unimade, Mad Ting, Sad Ting, Ivan, Arvid, William, Ryan, Rahul. Listen, Wazihim, Vishpant, Adrian, Darren, fuck me, there's millions of you. Ryan, listen, welcome. We'll be putting a podcast out this week for all of you new members, but we will be giving a giveaway, which we'll be talking about with me and Andy and Jay Motti on Howson's Brew in between talking about the 1991 European Cup Winners' Cup. But I will also go and get Joe's cat for you, so you can someone's getting it basically, and we'll do that giveaway by someone who comments on the podcast this week. But listen, United now. What a comeback that was.
Yeah.
That was phenomenal, wasn't it?
Brilliant. And we were saying at half-time, something needs to change here. We weren't quite, you were thinking maybe get Cavani on, take Fred off, but he kept the system pretty much as it was. We sort of had a diamond. Bruno would drift out to the left a little bit. Donny would move in and about, but we've given Bruno so much credit for games this season. That was Cavani that won us that game today.
It was.
Fantastic by Cavani, won it.
Well, he got an assist and 2 goals.
Yeah.
Literally
Stunning.
Cavani. Literally Cavani.
And not just 2
game
tap-ins
changer.
either. One ball where the ball's been blasted at him, diving header to equalise the game. The second one, another good cross in from Rashford. But when's the last time someone chipped the ball in the near post and a diving header put the ball in for United?
About fucking 10 minutes ago.
But you know what I'm saying? What we've had up front and the types of strikers we've had, and that's no insult to Martial, to Rashford, whoever's been playing there, even to Lukaku. But that's proper striker stuff. That
we're going to be back in a second with a review with Joe's cat that we're giving it. We're going to finish off with all of the new members that we've currently got. We've got Ryan, we have got Keegan, we have got Matt, we have got Infinite, we've got James, we have got Jonas, we have got Autan. Super chat from Alan says, love it, glory, glory. And we have got the Francie Brady. Welcome to members. If you guys want to get involved in the members, there is extra content. There is behind the scenes. There is some members podcasts that go out. We are giving away Joe's cat. And we're also giving away a PS5 as well as 12 days of utter madness giveaways, including some like signed stuff that you're never going to be able to buy. So if you want that and you want to support this channel, then hit the join button below. Until then, we'll be back with a review very soon, plus fan counts, plus all that good shit. Up the fucking Reds. Laters.
Head over to stretfordpaddock.bigcartel.com and check out the Paddock merch. And for a short time, you can get 20% off orders with 2 items or more using the code Paddock20. Go get on it.